open idea, man?
Cold open idea. So like just what?
Just a little joke to start it off.
We can go with the
A little scripted bit before the intro.
Be funny right now, man.
I'm not that type of guy.
Be funny.
Oh my god!
I just started.
Just get through this fucking hell.
There we go.
Dylan.
We're not asking you to like it. We're not even asking you to care.
All that we ask is that you please listen.
Hey gang, hey viewers, welcome back to another episode of the Please Listen podcast. I'm your host this week, Dylan. I'm joined by my several other co-hosts. We've got Keegan, we've got Christian, and there's Jason. We also have two special guests, Cameron, Philip.
Wake up, guys! Wake up! Oh my god! You peaked both mics. How did you peak both mics? This one's over here.
I'm sorry. I thought you said wake up.
Yeah, dog. Don't go Baki.
That's the only way I know how to wake up, man. Every morning I go Baki.
Anyway.
Yes, man.
It's a very special episode today. We have a lot of people here because
Christian got a haircut.
Yeah.
we're celebrating my haircut.
Turn around. Give him the full profile.
Okay.
All right.
Talk about it. How do you feel? It's your first day out here.
I feel the same.
The same. You don't feel like you're like a top defender, a top midfield defender.
I thought you were going Kim Jong-un with that one.
Oh no.
Because Jason showed up and he said I look like Kim.
Damn.
Again. Yeah.
He has the Kim cut.
You know,
You got the Kim figure.
I
can't unsee the Kim cut.
Well, anyways, no. The reason why it's a special episode is because these three over on this side and Cameron took a trip to New York City.
Yep.
And they literally just landed a couple hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're keeping it fresh. And we're going to hear all their New York stories. And me and Jason are just here to listen and try to joke along. Yeah. But so... Well, I'll give the floor to Keegan.
Well, no,
I guess.
I think Jason had a couple topics.
Jason
I want to
had topics.
I want to get your guys' stuff. I want to make sure you guys
out of the way,
get all of your weeks and stuff, so that it's just a straightforward thing.
So what's so interesting about your week?
Let's go through
What's so much better than New York?
So
we start off with shit in the pipes. What the fuck?
So I'm in a parking garage, right? And I'm leaving. And I have my window rolled down so I can pull the ticket out. But I do that a ways away because I have to roll my windows down manually. And I see some leaking water from the top. And I drive through it. And it gets in my car. It lands on me. And I think, why does it smell like shit in my car now? And it was just shit water.
And you just chose to drive through shit water.
I didn't know. It didn't look like
Ooh,
it.
car wash. Why do I smell like shit now?
Brown water leaking from a pipe. Let me drive through it.
With my window open.
Bro said I needed one more topic.
I can't let them hog the whole pod for New York.
I don't want to do the podcast with Philip.
Oh, that's right.
I'll say more than maybe 5 sentences. That's it. And I'll cut myself off.
More than 5 is a lot.
Anyway.
It's like one paragraph.
If you're,
We don't have to talk about the second one.
make sure you put your sentences into
We
the
don't have
mic.
to talk
Philip.
about the second one.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
That's a lot to
Fair enough. It's a
explain.
lie.
Oh.
What the fuck does CP
wanna-
target mean?
We don't gotta get into it. We don't gotta get into it. All right. Well, we'll just let them take the floor,
bam.
guys. We're here for the ride.
All right. Pretty much on the flight back, before I watched The Social Network in its entirety, I made sure to go through and categorize everything that happened on the trip because I didn't want you guys to miss a second of it. And so
It's like we went. Almost.
What was that noise?
You heard that too?
I think it was the ice machine, maybe.
Should I go investigate?
No, don't kick the
We don't
fucking
have
camera
one.
again.
Maybe it was the camera.
That is not the ice machine.
Maybe it was the air
I checked,
conditioner?
we don't have it.
Do you have an air conditioner?
I don't think we have that either.
Yeah,
It's hot
no.
as fuck all the time.
Do we have like a garbage disposal? Do you have a cat?
His parents did not hook us up. His parents did not hook us up.
There's rats in our walls.
Why did he start meowing? What was the joke with the meow?
Well, I asked if there was a cat.
You can't rhyme or reason with that.
You think he's joking? No. Anyway,
That's him.
So what are the categories?
Friday,
Okay.
Saturday,
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay. I like it. I like the
It has a whole
categories.
Palm Beach rights here.
It's a little confusing for me though.
Okay.
All right. So Friday, starting off the trip, already on a bit of a harsh note, was that Cameron had to work in the morning. So the three of us got to the airport. We went through fine. Cameron also got to the airport later than us because Christian drove him. And then we all met up at the terminal where everyone agreed we were kind of hungry. And so, Dylan and Cameron were like, well, let's go get some food. And if anyone's ever been to PBI before, the restaurants included is like a pub, it's like a Starbucks, and then there's a Burger King.
Yeah.
You're missing a little bit. So Cameron shows up late, right? Because he's working, whatever. But
I know.
we're making
Weird
weird
shit,
We're sitting by the gate because we don't want to be late, and we're making bets the entire time. Cameron's not showing up. We think he's not showing up, and then we made a bet if he does show up, he gonna get Burger King.
And what do you
Good
know?
choice.
What did you
Good
say?
bet.
I rolled on red and I got the win.
The house did not win that day. And so Cameron shows up, and they both go to get their
It's
Burger
funny
King.
because on the drive he was talking about I want to get Burger King.
Were you? Oh my God!
On the drive there he was like I'm gonna get some Burger King.
Dylan comes back with the saddest looking burger on the planet, Whopper with only cheese.
Bro got the whop. That's it. There was nothing else.
And it
on
whopped
that
me.
burger.
And it
There was
whopped
no
me.
at the end.
And then Cameron also got a double Whopper, but he also came back with something else. Cameron came back with a Burger King crown.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Yep.
On a plane, those things that's special cargo.
It's
And
legendary.
the thing is, it was that's already pretty scary. But then you think about the things Cameron was saying to us.
Oh yeah.
The entire time we were waiting to get on the plane.
It shifted from Burger King jokes to just 9/11 jokes to like
What if we get 9/11?
on the plane 9/11 jokes.
Well, I
saying 9/11.
I have to preface this may be a little bit of my fault because the whole drive there.
I told him. Yeah, I told him. I was like, yo, we're cooking.
The whole drive there, we start, cooking.
Cooking with gasoline.
Yeah. We were joking a bunch about, what are the worst things that a traveler can say.
So there's jokes about a things a traveler can say, and then there's the traveler saying them at the airport.
While traveling.
And a
Yo,
little bit
yo.
too loud.
Thank you, bro. That is funny.
He said it like just a little bit too loud.
Like, give me an example. I want to hear my.
Like I'm sitting next to him on the plane, and he's like, I don't know the exact joke, but it was like, blah 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 blah, 9/11, and I'm like, I visibly heard that, and I'm not even like this. Like I'm just like, and there's just people all around us. We're not in first class.
Cameron, were you a middle seat or an aisle seat? Or a middle seat?
I was in the aisle seat, and you were the middle seat.
Well,
that,
then
on
you were
that first
middle,
flight, right?
and then you were still doing the same thing.
You're middle. There's a dude on the window. Like, dude, what if we got like 9/11?
No, that dude was knocked, bro. He spent the whole flight just like passed out.
Gamer terms.
Cameron, did you know my favorite one? Did you know my
Which-
favorite one?
which
my,
one?
my favorite one that we came up with was just like imagine just talking. You remind me of business, and some guy leans over his chair and goes, "What if this dude 9/11's the plane?" Like,
No, I didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him that.
that was my favorite one we came up with. It was like, "What if that guy 9/11's the plane? What if that guy? What if that guy's a terrorist?"
Grandma to grandma.
Yeah, so
Crown on, leans over,
those
points
are-
at Keegan.
Oh man, I don't have my phone, but I
And we
actually
pretend we
wrote
don't know
down
each other.
bunch of- I remember being in the car. I was like, I'm gonna write these down just in case.
All right, good. Because that's probably the ones he said.
Yeah. Let me see if I can remember them.
But yeah, so
Keep
that
going.
was
Keep going. While I look.
that was a time. I can't. I don't want to move on until we get those jokes. But
Okay, yeah. We had some bad ones. Keep saying it for 9/11. We had stupid ones though. We had like eats a burger, so he has to shit on the plane.
Oh yeah.
But then he's like,
You're like
letting
audibly
he's like letting out a
trying
fart.
to.
He's like letting out a fart, but it looks like you're just trying to take a shit. We're imagine sitting next to a passenger who's just looking like.
Just going like plain,
looking like he's trying to take a shit.
like plain is silent. You're just going like middle seat too.
You want any pretzels?
No, just
No, please, no, right now, no, right now.
looking like you're trying to shit your pants. The one we had was like you had the tickets with the barcodes, and Cameron was like, "This is Cameron, all Cameron." He's looking at this piece of paper, he's like, "Damn, this ticket's too big. What's Dylan expecting me to do with this thing?" And he's like, "Should I cut out the barcode and just carry that around?" We were joking of just like you cut out the barcode and you tape them on your phone, and you go to the attendant. It's like, I don't know which one's which. Just scan it. Let's take a game.
You're cutting out the barcodes. You cut it like both of them in half.
Yeah.
You have just 2 halves, and you're like, just try all combinations. One of them will work.
One of those fucking like silly scissors with like the fucking curves and shit.
So we have the idea of just like the lady scanning the wrong flight. It's like, oh, that invalidates that ticket, and we just love the idea of Cameron going like, Dylan, they messed up.
Dylan, get your mom on the fucking phone.
Dylan, they fucked up. They scanned
They
the
fucked
wrong
up my
one.
ticket.
They
No
fucked
way.
up they fucked up my ticket. They scanned the wrong one.
Give me a fucking manager.
I think we also need to. The reason we went to New York. I mean, obviously, Dylan will be moving there soon-ish in a few months. But we were told by Dylan, who was told by his mom, that she had special hookups for us for flying.
Oh yeah.
$70 round trip.
Yeah, unreal. So that's why we were. And she was like, "Oh, I have points. I can get you this nice hotel. It would be great." And we were like, "Awesome. That sounds awesome." Dylan, then after we've booked the tickets that come out to $270, not $70 each. Yes, they
$236.
$236.
The quickly taxed.
He's like the opposite of Go on Monopoly.
Yeah. Anyway,
We find out that Dylan's mom's methods was opening Expedia. So that's
Yeah.
she fell for the oldest trick in the book.
it's just flights starting at $70 if you want to go from Orlando to New Orleans. Like,
Bro saw a cable TV commercial and was like, I got the hookup.
I'm not seeing the $70, but you guys can do $230, right?
You guys can do that.
Thank God for Hulu with ads, or I wouldn't have seen this.
Oh, man. Anyway, all right, so we're on the plane. Cameron's making.
We're on the
our
plane. We're
9/11
getting to 9/11. I don't know, some shit like that.
some
I'm
shit
not
like
sitting
that.
next to him. I hear it though because he's really loud. And so we're flying. And so the way the seats are configured is it's like me and Dylan next to each other. I'm supposed to have window seat for both flights, but Dylan over here really wants window seat.
Okay.
So and what Dilly wants, Dilly gets.
Yeah.
So he got to sit window.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting middle, and then these two are like, and this is for the first flight, they're like a row over and one up on the other side.
Okay.
And so we're sitting here, and I'm kind of just like, dilly-dallying, trying to pass the time. And as, Dale. And like, we just hear like people behind us kind of like worried. I'm not really paying attention to it, but they sound concerned. And
Did you hear that kid talking about 9/11?
That kid said, "Who's doing it on the
the
plane?"
next part in this story,
Okay, sorry.
and then I'll jump back in because it is insane.
Because then all of a sudden, we see like an attendant come over, and they're like, "Hey, is she okay? Is she okay?" And we're like, "What?" I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm like kind of turning around, but I don't want to like look too much. And then all of a sudden, the lady walks away, and you just hear, "If there's like a physician on the plane or some sort of doctor, we need your assistance up towards the front of the cabin."
You're in the air.
Yes. Well, this is like an hour.
This is sky high,
Maybe like
bro.
45 minutes into the flight.
No, it was like 20.
20. Okay.
It was pretty
very
early,
early.
where she had her first incident.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first wave.
Yeah.
Round one.
Yeah, round one.
And so then all of a sudden, this guy from the back of the plane comes up, and they're like looking at this girl, and I'm kind of just, I'm eavesdropping, I'm nosy as fuck, and they're like, yeah, it's like a mom and her daughter, and they're like, yeah, my daughter has had 28 leg surgeries in her life, and she had neck surgery this morning, And they said like they said something might happen, but they said we were pretty safe to fly, so we're just trying to get, and like apparently her like chest is getting tight, and like it's like all this stuff that you just don't want to happen.
So at this point, me and Cameron are just trying to figure out when do we put the Burger King crown back on him so we can get the Snapchat. Yeah. We do not know what's
That
going
was
on.
literally what we were doing. we were like, dude, we gotta get
And
the
then-
snap of me with the crown on.
Yeah.
Like,
We're like, what you doing? And then all of a sudden they pull up with like 5 flight attendants. This lady's like passed out.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's going on over there? Can't handle the flight. Can't handle the flight. We had no idea about the leg surgery.
yeah.
Surgeries. We were like, guess a little bit of motion sickness. Motherfucking Cameron has the Burger King crown on.
Just waiting.
Because basically, the first time they come over, it's like 20 minutes into the flight. But then the descent starts, and they're like, yeah, just keep giving her water, like, just breathe, honey, like, it's gonna be okay. On descent, all of a sudden, I feel my chair kind of like, girl just like, was like leaning on her mom, and then just rolled forward, out. So that's when all of a sudden they fucking pulled all the flight attendants, they pulled a doctor back up, the people in the row behind her are holding her legs up high so she doesn't fucking like die, and we're like in our descent. And it's like, it's just like,
they're asking everyone for help. Help. King's like, I'm not fucking helping. Fuck that.
They are directly in front of them, too. Yeah. And then this is just me and Cameron. Meanwhile. Like, literally behind them, they're like talking about, I wish I got a video. Out of respect.
yeah.
Okay. And so this whole time we're like landing, and the other thing is this is our connecting flight in North Carolina, and the connecting flight, we had maybe a 20-minute window.
Yeah, like taking into account when they stopped boarding, we had like 20 minutes.
So we had like 20 minutes to get off of this flight that we're like not too far back in, but like it's gonna take a minute, and then to like find the next gate and get on this plane, we have 20 minutes. That's without waiting for the paramedics to come get this girl off the plane, which they don't show up for like 10 minutes. Dang. We land, and every flight attendant is like, I've never seen a paramedics ever take this long. Because they were in communication in the air, like, be at this gate, we will like need you here right now. And they just were not showing up. And then all of a sudden the paramedics get on, and they're like, oh wait, no, we sent someone to the wrong gate. Like they just mixed up gates. So there's just like other paramedics somewhere else responding to something maybe less serious.
Yeah.
But then so they fucking get this girl off the plane. And what do you call her?
She goes by, and at this point, me and Cameron think she's just like passed out.
Yeah, she's
like,
yeah,
we had no
yeah,
idea.
that's
Like
what-
we were making
yeah.
jokes like, "Oh, we should film you opening like Clash of Clans." Like,
Oh
with
my
the brothers
God,
and sisters,
yeah.
like hat on. And
Yeah.
shit. We're like, that'd be so funny. She goes by, and I see like her leg, and it has like a brace with visible stitches all throughout it, and she is completely fucking blue. I'm like, this person is like dying. And me and Cameron, like literally like this, like just.
yeah.
It was bad. And then, but everybody was still so mad because it just like, so many people were just like, why the fuck are we waiting?
It was because it was Dylan, it was me, and then it was this like older woman, and her and I are like because like I keep looking at my ticket to be like, okay, what time do we need to make it to this plane by? And she's like, oh yeah, you're also getting a connecting flight, and we're kind of talking about like the connecting flight thing. And next to us is the mom of the girl, and she's like, guys, I'm really sorry if you missed your connecting flight. And we're like, well, don't apologize to us. Your daughter's dying.
Yeah. That's crazy.
At least she was nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no. So then we eventually get off the plane. Our ticket says we need to go to C11 for the gate. We're at C18, we find out when we get off. And the thing is, they got off before we did, because we had to wait for like other people to take their shit down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we come out, Dylan and I immediately go to like the
Wall of the flights coming in, like where it says on time
They
and
did the
shit.
smart thing. Me and Cameron were like, we're ahead of them.
We were like, we
Let's
gotta book it. Yeah.
So we book it, and then we're like, this is. Why does it say? What did it say? It said fucking.
No, dude, you went to the bathroom, and I went over there, and I was like, this is not to New York.
Yeah, but where was it going? It was like Texas, like
Yeah, it was like Houston or
it was
something.
Houston. So we're like, oh fuck.
So we get off, and we're like okay. And we look at the board. oh great, we're at C18. The thing is C17, right next to it. We're like, oh, thank God. And then we're like, but where the fuck are Cameron and Philip? Because we need to board this right now.
And at this point, I'm like asking the lady because Cameron's just like, dude, this dude's stuck.
This is
And like, what?
This is like exactly what I would expect to happen.
Yeah. You were kind of stunned.
It's like exactly how I expected it to play out.
I run up to the lady because I'm like, I'm not missing this fucking flight. And I'm like, we're not going to Houston. Our gate says this. And they're like, oh, it's actually C11. And like, you know how flights work where it's like, technically, it's like, oh, this is C11 through 18. But it's like, they're weirdly like mix matched. Yeah. So we're like, oh, fuck, we got to go all the way back over there. Luckily, everything kind of worked out after that, though. Like, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, we got everyone there. I'm like, the thing is, like, call Cameron. It goes to voicemail. We have a group chat. I just text, yo, where are you? It is C17.
Gate changed C17.
Oh, yeah.
And I call Philip, but he's not picking up. And finally, like, I'm like looking around, and I look down. Philip picked up. I'm like, yo, where are you? Come around the corner. Thank God. Get on the flight. Second flight. No issues. No girls dying. Okay. You know. No blue Veronka. Fucking whatever the fuck's on it. We're good. You know.
Yeah, it was a normal flight.
Normal flight.
Mm-hmm.
Get to New York. Everything is chill. You know. The beautiful city that it is. We land at lovely LaGuardia Airport, and we are now just kind of thrown out of the airport because it's like, all right, well, we got to find our way somehow.
Yeah, we get off and we're instantly like, in my head, I'm like taking pride because like I've been there, and I'm like, I'm not getting a fucking Uber like what we did. Yeah. Fuck that. We're taking the bus. We get on this bus. We're like, which one is it? We're instantly like, I think this is it. We hop in that shit. No regrets. Luckily, it was the right bus. Yeah. And then we pull up to the station in Queens. And I'm telling you, this is like a cantina in Star Wars. Dude, this shit is literally like, it literally is not a real place. I was like, this is made for like visual consumption. This is entertainment. Like, this isn't real. Like, you can't live here. And like,
Queens.
Yeah, normal place to live. The reasonable place to live in New York. But
it's not a great photo, but just like,
yeah.
Look at this this is us buying our Metro cards. And it's just this like skylight of just like, there's like 1,000 people and they're all from different galaxies and you're just like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah, everyone looks like a fucking alien.
And one of them is Spider-Man.
Yeah. And so we get in there, we're like, where the fuck do we buy our Metro cards at? And then we figure it out. We buy our Metro cards, we go over to the turnstile. Of course mine doesn't work. Of course we just paid $32 for unlimited week passes and it doesn't work.
And it was so bad because like it was like me, Dylan, Cameron. We instantly were gonna go down the stairs and get on the fucking train so we can just get out of there. And I look back and I just see that Keegan look like something's wrong.
Yeah,
like,
he had that like panicked look.
Because I'm looking and I see them going towards the stairs to leave me, and I'm the last one. I'm like, guys, they can't hear me. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out.
He was doing that like that stare. He's like
yeah,
trying to like scanning it.
And then I go back to help him because I'm like, whatever. Well, I'll just use my card again. But then we find out that he ate his somehow. Where like he just didn't use it. So we're like there, but there's also like 4 security guards watching it directly.
I'm just so curious. NYPD just standing there.
It was like actually just police officers.
They were waiting for you to jump over it so they could shoot you 13 times in the head.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Happened to me once.
It did happen to you.
But yeah, so then we just did it was a beautiful thing because I actually got to experience more of New York this way, going through the unauthorized emergency access door. It just I was like, oh, I live here now. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we hop on the train. We just kind of hop on a train. Like we were like, this will get us close enough. We kind of hop on this train and we're going out there. And like the thing is I have put all of my faith in Philip because I'm like, he's been here. He's been here the most recently. Like, I trust
yeah. Mind you, when we went, I did not do any.
It was me.
And I didn't even know what the trains. I didn't remember a single train. I didn't remember a single I was like, I know it's like a letter. And we started in like points, which we didn't go to.
No, we never went to Queens.
It's just crazy because like when we got there, you were like, I got this. You downloaded 2 apps. You're like doing all this shit.
And I'm
apps. I had 2 apps that had maps of the trains because I wanted to see what exactly we were. Okay. So I saw what trains we could take. So I'm like looking at both. But in my head, I'm like, it's 2023. They gotta just like have the easiest way to like, just instantly make me figure it out, right? So I'm like, just looking for that option first. And there is, which we found out like on Google Maps. But like for some reason, I was just not understanding it.
Yeah,
Apple Maps was
Same
That's
thing.
I didn't use that the entire time. And
That's what I use every single time.
but I've learned a lot more because now I know. But it was like literally, I'm like looking at a fucking map, and I'm just like, this one will stop here. And then it looked like we were a couple blocks away. Come to find out, when we ended up on Manhattan next to our place, 15 blocks with all our luggage. Yeah. And it was just so funny.
So we
The
walked
thing
it.
is, you guys were closer than we were when we pulled up because LaGuardia's closer.
Yeah, but the way we went about it was way more difficult.
Yeah.
Like way more difficult.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like you guys actually landed closer than we did. Like so for us it would have been like insane how many stops and how many trains we would have had to get.
I think we would have been. Now that we know, like we would have been.
There was a train
Just
like
one
straight from like JFK to Manhattan. Like it would have been fine.
And we didn't even take multiple trains. The biggest problem was like just getting from the subway there or the bus there. And it wasn't even that much of a problem. It was just like I haven't done this already in a year and a half, and I didn't really do it before.
It was just
I
like
told these guys, I know what to do.
He set it up so confidently. Like, oh yeah, we're good. Like,
Literally, the entire weekend, I had no fucking idea where we were going. I was just following everyone else.
That was them. That was them with
Yeah.
me. I would literally just be going, I follow me.
I learned it on my own though.
because you had to. You were forced.
I didn't even know about his inexperience until just now.
So, yeah.
He's saying all this, and I'm like,
now, I know I
are you
didn't really say
serious?
anything. The entire trip, I was like half guessing where we were, and it worked out. But like, because I was just confident. I was just.
so I started picking up some of the roles, and then Cameron was like our like walking guide for some of it. Like
He was our entry.
Dylan
flag.
was
Yeah, I was entry
fragging.
Okay.
And so, we make it to our hotel. Now, like we said, Dylan's mom,
Has the hookup.
yeah, Miss Expedia herself.
I don't think you are
Let
gonna
him-
misrepresent me and my family.
Yo, let him cook.
Have
Him cook.
have I lied yet?
Not yet,
Okay, then
but I
shut the
know
fuck
you're
up. Then
going
shut the
to.
fuck up. Then shut the fuck up. Then shut
Okay,
the
I'm
fuck
gonna
up.
stop you when you lie, though.
All right.
Dude, this story about the hotel will destroy
So,
your family's reputation. Your family's reputation is gone.
The Quicklies end here.
We roll up to beautiful, sunny.
The most serious, like, holy shit, my lineage. Like, you look so serious. Does not look happy.
I'm about to drop the Quigley files,
The
bro.
Quigley dynasty ends here, bro.
You mean the McDermott dynasty? If he slips up,
I ain't slipping up.
Nah, for
So
what we
we-
experienced together, he ain't slipping. No.
We roll up, and we're told Dylan. We're
just talk, man. Holy fuck.
trying to. He's just fucking squeaking.
He's been practicing it literally all weekend.
Okay, let me
He's
fix this.
gained, like, levels of irony from this weekend.
Oh, dude,
Like,
it's
we-
so bad. Bro, he became addicted to lying, but we'll get there.
Oh my god. It was to the point where he would, like, say sorry exactly after he
Yeah,
lied.
he like say it. I'm sorry, I'm lying. Like, I don't know what got over me there.
Anyways, alright, so show up to the hotel.
So we roll up on beautiful 39th Avenue. We roll up. We go inside Pod 39. Now Dylan explained to us that these were gonna have, we each gonna have our own bed, and that they were gonna be in bunk bed configuration. But it was more just like, oh, that's interesting. Like,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It sounds kind of funny,
Yeah.
So we roll up. Dylan checks in. Has to put down because even though his mom did it with points, like he has to put down a security deposit worth both of the rooms for the entire time.
I'm sitting next to him as he's doing it, and Dylan's at the table, and he's like, so, how do I do this?
That is not what I said at all. What are you
defend
talking
your honor.
about?
Defend your honor.
I go up to check in. He's like, okay, so you have to do a security deposit for each of the rooms, $120 for each room, so $240 total. They'll refund it if we don't fucking burn the hotel down, which we didn't.
I heard a number of like 800, 900.
Yes, I don't. That's for like the total stay for each room. I don't know why. I think instead of charging me just $120 for each room, he charged me like $1,000 for each room. But like, because my mom paid for it on her credit card. And then he was like, "Do you have the card that was paid for with you?" I'm like, "No, I have a different one though." He was like, "Okay, choose that one." So I'm like, "Okay, fuck it, I'll choose that one."
So okay, I guess.
Wait, you took 2,000 out for the security deposit?
240 was the security deposits, and then I think he also had me pay like the balance of the rooms on
Just
that
in
card.
case.
Just like he just
Which
looked
is-
at,
which is
our
pocket
ragtag
change.
group.
You know, the thing is, like, that's what's fucking crazy about it. Like, if I'm Dylan, I'm terrified because he's there.
What did I do?
Why am I terrified, Christian?
When it's him and I to a room, oh, you should have seen this.
When we get there.
Yeah. So we, also, I think Dylan said it.
podcast.
Yeah, it will. We're not done with Friday yet. Dylan here said a very important number. It was like $800 to $900 for each of these rooms.
for the whole duration
Yeah,
of the
the
stay.
whole duration, which was like 3 nights. Yeah,
Four nights, right?
we got
Friday,
there.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, 4 nights.
4 nights. 4 days. Yeah. So we're like, all right, cool. Get in the elevator. We go up. Hallways are pretty narrow, and then we roll up into our room. Have I lied yet?
Not yet.
Nope.
All right. So I took a wide-angle photo of the room. What you see is what you get.
Oh my god.
So
No, it's-
here,
Oh.
so you walk in immediately. There is the bathroom. It has a shower that you get waterboarded in because it's like a Minecraft meter square, like a 2x2 hole.
Yeah.
And then the bathroom and everything, and then the beds are immediately right there. There's a window. There's nothing past this. That is all wall, and yeah. So that is our room.
Don't forget the TVs.
Yeah, there were TVs. And
The flat screen
So the
TVs.
thing is, we were like, oh my god, this is so
Yeah.
small. Like, what the fuck? But then you see what Philip got.
Now, that was by far the better room. Yeah, I don't have a big picture, but our room is, for some reason, the same thing, but with the bathroom facing the beds. The toilet is right there. And it's not like a fully blurred out window. It is half blurred. So you can see up to like here.
It's not a
standing
door.
through
It's
the
a
mirror.
sliding glass door that just has like fading like fog on the mirror.
And it also likes to slide back when you close it.
you cannot close.
Like
It's a lock.
I closed it one time, went to pee, I finished peeing, I turned around, wide open.
Yeah. And it also has this weird door handle that is like a weird, like you just grab it. It's like a hole.
It's like a hole. You
Yeah,
like put your
hole.
finger
they
into.
have one that is filled with like metal. Ours is a glory hole. Yeah. It's just a straight hole.
Yeah, so your finger in.
Cameron was top bunk, and if you were sitting on the toilet, Cameron would just be able to see in.
And hear everything.
Yeah. So for the whole weekend, no one shit in those rooms. We would have to go to the top floor of the hotel where there was like a rooftop bar and shit up at the public bathroom on the top.
Except for
nice
me,
to shit.
who told Cameron to leave the room multiple times to take a shit.
Yeah, I
yeah.
wasn't you. I wasn't you.
We
I was
had
like, bro, you
rules.
gotta get out of here. There's no way you're letting out a shit in that room, bro.
I would have.
It is. No, I ain't
No,
telling
not you.
Like,
You
not
would've
with
been-
someone else in there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, it was insane.
We had rules, man.
Christian,
Yeah,
if
and
you
it
shit in
also
there,
would stink up the entire room.
excommunicated. Out of the trip. Out of the room.
Especially
You
if
sleep on the
you
street.
shit.
You have to deal with it. I'm not going upstairs.
No, it's nicer. It was nicer.
It was
Genuinely,
nice.
yeah.
Oh, it was nice.
It was
yeah.
like the breakers.
The door shuts. I mean, it's,
But yeah,
If it's a nicer bathroom.
No, it was way nicer.
so we get everything settled. We dress up a little nice, and the rest of the night we don't really do too much else. We take the train to Chelsea. We walk around because Philip was talking about you guys had this like strip you guys
We
had
were
found
trying
last
to
time.
find.
Yeah, sorry.
We could not find it.
Yeah, because we don't know where we
Yeah,
didn't know where we
But
were.
we
just
walked so much of Chelsea.
Yeah.
We didn't see it.
So, yeah, like I took him straight to Chelsea, and I was like, guys, like I'll know as soon as we get there. And I'm like instantly like, oh fuck, are we even in Chelsea?
You know, it was funny because he was like, guys, I'm gonna know the second we get there. I want to take you guys to the park where we all hung out last time, and we're like walking.
Oh, bro. So yeah, one, it wasn't in Chelsea, and two, it ain't COVID anymore.
Oh, that's right. It's busy.
And it
Now it's
turned
busy.
into Skid Row.
Yeah.
Dude, there was this shit had like remember when we were just chilling on the benches and it was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
People lined up across Skid Row, trash, fucking. It looked, dude. It was disgusting.
it was
he was like not happy.
I was so.
And I was like, I feel
because
bad.
here's the thing, right? Like we had been walking for so long. All I wanted to do was sit down somewhere and like drink and like talk and do whatever. And we had been passing so many bars, so many places we could go into, all because Philip wants to show us this park so bad. And we roll up on it. We roll up on like other parks, and Philip's like, no, is that it? No, that's not it. That's not it. So I'm like, all right, it's obviously not memorable. It's just a park.
No.
So we finally get there, and Philip's like, so what do you guys want to do? And I'm like, what do you mean? We've been walking around for like 2 hours trying to find this park.
It was also freezing when we went out. That deterred a lot of people too.
Yeah, my thing is like it was like you guys just had different objectives. Like the two trips were two different objectives. Like we were just like we didn't want to stop moving. It was like always on the move. We never wanted to stop.
No, listen,
anywhere.
because at first, especially this first night, my impression was like, oh, this is gonna be a different trip. Because like I think that first night we're all mad, so we kind of just didn't, like it just wasn't vibing that well because we were all kind of like upset because we weren't getting what we wanted.
Yeah.
But
it picks up.
It picks up, and we walked 100% more. Like 150%, we walked more.
We dropped like average like maybe 35K steps a day.
Like
Like
I think the max we hit when I went with you was like 33, and we hit like definitely over 40 one day, and it was like to the point where I'm like, holy fuck, because we didn't even do Manhattan, we didn't see Central Park, we didn't even see it.
we saw nothing touristy,
like at all.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah. So basically, then we just kind of. But then after the park thing, we go find a place. We sit down. It's nice. We get drinks. Head back to the hotel. Cameron turns in for the night because he'd been up since 3 fucking a.m. to go work.
Yeah.
So then we go out. We go to this place called the Cock Bar, and that's the end of our night. Okay. So then we go on to Saturday.
Nothing happens at the Cock Bar.
Just some cock stuff.
What is it? What does that mean?
That's what they call their
You
drinks
can't just
there.
gloss over the Cock Bar.
I'm going to.
I think we don't want to talk about that.
Okay. Sorry.
I was just as the audience. You can't just drop that bomb on us.
Saturday. We wake up on Saturday, and we are like
at other people's apartments.
Yeah. We wake up covered in cum.
One of us in each boat.
We wake up, and it is like Skyrim. Yeah. We are at the four corners. Cameron somehow is not even in the room. I don't know what happened. He didn't go to the Cock Bar.
Anyways, Saturday.
The Saturday, we wake up and we're like, all right, we want to get some shit done. We want to go see this fucking city. Let's do it. So we go to the coolest place in the world, the Nintendo store.
Yes.
So we wake up and we're like, let's get this out of the way, because I just kind of wanted to go see it. Because I was like, yeah, it's be kind of cool. And like the Legend of Zelda game just came out, so like the store had a lot of hype. We roll up to the store, long ass line, and we're like, fuck, like this sucks. But we got there, like we stood in line, and all of a sudden they just opened the door as soon as we stood in line, and then everyone got let in. So it like was no big deal. Walked around there, all cool. But then we're like checking out because we're all like buying a little something, and I like look up, and there's like a store associate over on the side, talking with this guy, and this guy he's like maybe like 6 feet tall, looks like really nerdy, wearing the gamer headset, has Switch in hand, plugged in, and is asking the store associate questions about the new Zelda game that just came out.
In the most, like, insane cartoonish voice I've ever heard.
Yes, dude, yeah.
Like, literally, like, man, what do I do here?
What would you suggest that I do? The game just came out.
Literally the day before.
Yeah, there was a launch event the day before, and this guy's like, yeah, I just don't really know about the building on this one. What would you say I should do? And the store associate's like, yeah, man, I haven't had time to play.
Right next to him is like a fucking giant Mario tube. I'm like, this dude must want a fucking Spartan kick him down.
Like, I just think that leads to the sewer, and that's where this guy came from.
We're all called out of there. He got the free line. Like, he skipped the line. Fast pass.
Like Angelo style.
The artist?
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
Maybe pizza artist.
Cowabunga, dude.
We also kept referring to ourselves all weekend as the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Oh, that's easy. Who's Donatello, guess?
Donatello's the nerdy one?
Donatello's the smart one.
Yeah. No, he's not nerdy. He's smart.
Donatello.
Yeah.
The orange one.
Yeah. Instantly.
Blue, red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, the guests are right.
Because it's obvious.
That's right.
Yeah.
But there was also another reason that I'm Donatello. Do you guys know it?
Donatello was into animals or something?
No,
like the
no,
artist?
not that,
Did
not
him and
that.
Splinter do like some shit together?
Or no, it had to do with the weapons because the weapons are like based on their personalities.
Okay.
He kept bringing he was like his favorite
I
fact.
said this
It was
twice.
his favorite. Yeah, that's too many 2 times.
That was
the
the
staff?
first time I muted Dylan.
Is
This
it
trip.
the staff?
Yeah. He has the big staff,
Uh-huh.
and you're right. It's
Say
really
the
not
joke.
funny.
Say
Exactly,
the joke, bro. No, say the
Say
joke,
it.
bro.
Well, so I was like, okay, Donatello, he's not just smart. He's also they give him the staff because he's long and hard.
Okay.
You see what we dealt with?
See, you guys don't like this about Dylan. I love this about Dylan.
You weren't there. Firefighters who like firefighting wouldn't be like, oh, I wish I was at 9/11. That sounds fun. Weird ass.
Strange.
What? How can I make the weirdest analogy?
Alright.
But yeah,
We
so-
leave the Nintendo.
So we leave the Nintendo store, head back to the hotel, drop all of our shit off, and that's when our tour guide meets up with us. Enter Tina. Tina shows up. Tina's our friend from online. Karen met her on a game.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we all watched
The
MILF
Wicked
Manor.
Witch of the East.
Yeah. We all watched MILF Manor together. It was great.
35 pounds, 8 feet tall.
Wait, why?
That's a joke we have where we're like, if Tina ever says some shit, I'm hitting her with the 5 pounds, 500 feet tall.
We.
It was his original
My
joke. It wasn't his original joke.
Anyways.
But I mean,
So
You meet up with Tina.
yeah, so the plan. So Tina was like, I really want to show you guys Chinatown. Cameron was excited. So we all head out, and we're like, let's go head down to Chinatown. We hop on the train. We head over there. Beautiful area, walking around. A lot of fun times. But Tina really wants to take us to this. Is it?
it's dim sum.
Dim sum.
But
Dim sum.
Let's just gloss over the fact that Cameron found the environment beautiful, but not only just the environment. Cameron, would you like to say any words on that?
I'm just attracted to Asian women, bro.
Let's go.
I ain't afraid to say it, bro.
It was.
I ain't
It
afraid
was
to
just like
say it.
watching. It was like.
It was egregious.
Dude, it was just like a kid in a candy store, bro. He'd see every Asian woman. Cameron just was like so appreciative.
No, it wasn't even like, it was the most respectful, like, ogling.
To everyone.
Wait, what did you do?
He goes down.
Yeah, every woman on the
Literally?
street, every woman.
Because it was kind of like me and Cameron's inside joke at first, because he's walking by every single one, and he turns and goes, just the littlest smile. And he's just so
No,
happy.
and then I'll see Philip out of the corner of my eye staring at me. I'll look over at Philip, and then he's smiling back, and we just start laughing.
Because I know what he's thinking.
Shit.
All right, so MILF man or fuckers? Fuck those
Yeah.
NYU
So
kids.
fuck them. Pretty much.
They were right though. Like, can't fault them.
You're just mad at you.
I mean, we all were unemployed.
I'm only
Spit.
technically unemployed.
Never had a job in your life, but you know.
Not true. That's a lie.
Okay. So, we finish up with the Indian tea place. I'm like, all right, let's head back to the hotel. We want to like chill because at night we have a very special place we're going to called the basement. We know nothing about this. All this was Tina was like, buy tickets for this. Be ready.
You only know two things.
Yeah. So at least what I knew, looking up on my own and kind of thinking about it, we try to find footage or anything. Nothing. Like
They
two
don't let
images.
photos or videos at all.
Yeah, they'll tape your phone with this insane tape that's still on our phone. It's like,
It like fucked my front. I actually like wipe. I have to clean my front camera,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
it like went over both sides.
Yeah,
like,
she said that would happen.
yeah.
so
Yeah. So basically, on little sidebar on our way back to the hotel, Cameron and I are like looking at this homeless guy on the train, and he's like, "Please, can I have $1? Can I have $1? Please, can I $1 or $5? Can I have $5?
Can I get $10?
Can I get $10 or $20? Like what the?"
And Kiara looking at each other like, why is he going up?
and there was also another guy who started. We were walking by and he's just like, $20. Can I just get $20?
Yeah, we're like, what?
Bro, 20?
Y'all bougie out here.
I got 19.
But I guess that's no use to you.
Yeah, I guess I'll put it back in my fucking wallet.
But yeah. So like everything we've been reading about this place was like, you gotta dress a certain way. You gotta learn who the DJs are, because like they might ask you at the front door if they think you're like just there to party.
And we are like white boy tripping. Yeah. Like we like are like, oh, what do we do? We're like trying to learn the artist. Like
Most complicated day.
Yeah, and in our mind, we're so used to going, if we do go to a club, it's like button up from H&M,
Yeah.
So we're like, luckily I wear kind of skater clothes. I was pretty good, but we're trying to get them ready before the trip just to have like baggy, hip
And they looked
clothes.
good.
They look good.
They looked good. You guys
I look
did
good as hell.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And where are you going?
Yeah, so I think we can just hop into pretty much. Tina's like, all right, yeah, just follow me. So we go out to Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
We get off a train. We walk like 25 minutes to get to this club through just like residential neighborhoods that have no movement at all.
Yeah.
Then right before we're like about to get to the place, we have to walk by a cemetery, and it is like 11:30 at night, because we wanted to get there earlier, but then it was just like 15 minutes before we leave, Dylan goes, "Oh, I got to shower." So then Dylan showers, and Tina's like, "I should put mascara on everyone."
wait.
So Tina puts mascara on all of us, and she has a full face of makeup on Dylan.
Some euphoria shit on this.
So we had to,
Guys.
so that's another like 40 minutes. Jason, that's another 40 minutes, and so then finally we get to the spot, right? And we're walking up, and there's this recommendation online and stuff that like they don't like big groups going. So like we all kind of like we're like trying to stagger ourselves, but the security guy's looking right at us, stagger ourselves.
So you go.
So
to
yeah, so
Everyone, pull up your tickets.
So we're walking there and like exactly that. But by the way, the cemetery is like the hymn of cemeteries. That thing is like, what the fuck? There's zombies in there. Like, that shit was terrifying. We fucking hated it. We gotta go.
Oh, it was so
Dude, it
bad.
was terrifying. And then we pull up. It's also another gate, and it's like, am I walking? Like I swear, it was gonna say the shit that Auschwitz said on the fence.
Dude,
Bro,
it looked like a concentration
Work, get
camp.
lives and freedom. Like that shit was terrifying.
How do you just know that?
He's a studied man.
Okay.
But we're walking in, and then you see them. They see us, like you said. They see us like splitting up, because we had an idea in our head. We're like, then two, and then I'll be by myself. And it was like, okay, we're gonna do that. Walking like single file line. Go right through. It's
We have the
fine.
fucking safety rope. Like,
It's fine.
So then we're like rolling up, like you said, and but we do a good enough job of kind of like splitting off. So like when they asked like how many people, and we were like, oh, it's just two of us. Like they believed us. And the process to get in, it's like a 3-step process. So we walk up. This guy confirms we have tickets. We all show him our phones. Then we walk up further. and there's a different person. And there's also people just like hanging out with the security guards.
It is so like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes,
like it is like
Yeah.
So
it's a haunted house basically.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
So this is the outside still.
Okay.
So first step was showing a guy our ticket, and he goes, "Go to them, walk up to them, show us your IDs." Show them our IDs. Then we go through this like like almost like what fucking meat freezers have, like those like, and we push through those, and it's just a downward ramp, and at the bottom of the ramp, it's just a red glowing light from the left side, and we're like, what the fuck? So like we go down there, and you can already hear like fucking music, and you turn the corner, and it's like there's a small line, all red lights, and there's a person like scanning tickets and putting the stickers on our phones to block the light out. And like we get in there, and the way that I will describe this to you is like, think of like the Vatican's like catacombs. We are in the catacombs with the only lights being little red lights everywhere and so much fog. Like you cannot see the face of anyone around you. It is just, and it's so loud. Like,
Yeah, one of the jokes that I said instantly to Cameron was, "We are now entering the Thieves Guild at Riften." In
Yeah,
Skyrim.
yeah.
Like this is underground. It is cobblestone, and it
all
is
the walls are everything. The ceiling, everything's cobble. Like,
and
you
there's
were in
hallways. Like
So then Tina's like taking us around because they want to go to the bathroom first. There's a huge dance floor over here.
instantly.
I was gonna say the cool thing.
I gotta
to do.
pee.
Yeah. Guys, I'm scared. I gotta pee. But yeah, so it's like to our left, big dance floor, DJ, big sound system. Then
That
there's
you
like
can't see,
yeah,
but
can't-
you know.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
it's completely fogged out, and
Yeah.
you see bodies just in the dark.
big silhouettes. And so then you look over, there's a full bar, and then you like wrap around. Towards like the back of it is like this like house area where they're only playing house music. But it's not very good house music, but it exists, it's there. So Tina kind of shows us that. Then the bathroom is like kind of over between the two stages, and then next to the bathroom is a door that leads outside to like an outside courtyard area. So if you want to like get outside and like just chill for a bit. So we go to the bathroom, come out, we're like, all right, let's go, check out the dance floor. So we move over, or did we go outside first?
So we went outside first to, regroup and, game plan a bit. And from there, we already kind of walked by the house place, and we're like, okay, nobody wants to listen to house. Like, this is not the house vibe.
Yeah.
Because we're not in a house. We're in a fucking dungeon.
Yeah,
There's a mob spawner in there. I know it. And someone has not placed torches.
We fucking stumbled across an abandoned mine shaft.
I found 3 chests. I found some goods.
I found a saddle, bro.
Yeah, let's just say my horse is looking good tonight. But we we like go outside. We can cut this, but I don't know if you want to say that you.
Okay, so we'll say it,
Yeah.
and then if we cut it, we cut it. But we go pregame. Basically, we are feeling it, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it.
At that point, I was not, because it didn't do anything to me yet.
Okay, so like I'm just normal weed, everything's good, but I'm going back into the dungeon, which sober is unbelievable. Like that shit is a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like in the sunken place, like I am tired. Like I'm like, okay, here we go, let's go dance. And going through the smoke, the fog to the main dance floor. And I'm kind of like with Cameron the entire time. He's like my buddy.
This is kind of the setup, right? You have like Cameron and Philip kind of towards the back of us, and they're kind of just like hanging out, like moving around a little bit. And then like you have like Tina and Dylan standing here, and they're both kind of just going back and forth to the music. And then I'm kind of just like over here, and like sometimes they'd be like, "Yo, go up a little more, go up a little more." And like I'd go up, or like I'd be like next to Philip sometimes. Like I was kind of like moving between everyone. But then toward like we get in there, and with under 5 minutes, we're all kind of like at least like the 3 of us, we're like pushing up. And they're like, "You can go get on the rail, get on the rail." So I'm like on the rail, like standing in front of the DJ. And it's like the whole thing was such a weird vibe because it was like going to a concert, right?
Yeah.
Where everyone is facing the same way. But it is just a DJ that you cannot see.
There's nobody up there.
Yeah.
And it was like, what are we looking at?
There is a person up there.
Oh, I didn't.
You were high as fuck.
I was like, so at one point, there's this pillar in between everybody, but you can't really tell. And I'm with Cameron, and the entire time he is like looking at the group of people, and he starts by saying shit like this. He looks over at me and goes, "You notice how they're all just wobbling back and forth the same exact way?"
Sober thoughts.
It
Sober
genuinely,
thoughts.
I'm sitting there, right? I'm just listening to music, and like I noticed it. Once I noticed it, I could not unnotice it. But everyone in unison, left and right, and it was like watching the chum, like this scene from the SpongeBob movie where they have the chum bucket helmets with the red light. It was like watching them all move in unison, and I looked over at Philip and I was like, dude, these are like, do you notice they're like all like NPCs, bro?
Yeah.
And then I saw like Tina and Dylan doing it too, and I was like, the worst part is my friends are one of them.
And dude, later
White boy discovers a rhythm, bro.
Yeah, because this place sounds like my fucking nightmare.
No, like being in there dancing, you pick up on it just as easily as you did. You're like, oh wow, everyone is moving the exact same fucking way, and if I don't do that too, they are going to push me and I'm gonna fall.
Also,
and
the
die.
type of music it is, it's like, you know, techno night scene as fuck, like John Wick shit, but it's like so intense. You also hear like a background like chant that sounds like people are just kind of like cultistly chanting.
Yeah, all hail
The way-
Plankton,
It was like
bro.
that filtered screaming in the music.
Yeah.
It
And it just kind of sounded like, I'm like, is this in the music or is this people in the crowd?
I think it was a bit of
coming
both.
together.
I would have had a panic attack.
No, I know. That's why I was like, yeah, Christian cannot be here high. You can come here sober. I would not let you be high there.
Yeah.
Drunk though was crazy.
Oh, yeah, drunk was okay. So you know, I get pushed up. They're like, go to the front rail. So I'm at the front rail, and then all of a sudden, like, I see this guy. Like, I'm like kind of at the front rail. There's like one person in front of me, and then like I'm like moving, and I look over to the side. And this person's just coming right at me. We make eye contact. It freaks the fuck out of me because I haven't seen anyone's face by this point.
Jump scare.
I was like, yeah. And they kind of just like you know, just like haha, whatever. But then I don't see them leave behind me the other way. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe I just missed it. It's dark as fuck in here. And then all of a sudden, like, I kind of look behind me, and they're just standing behind me. And I'm like, oh, that's weird, you know. And that happens. And then I just feel them on me. I feel them rubbing on me. And I'm like,
guy. Oh, man.
yeah, it's a guy. And I'm like, oh, like I kind of like take a step forward. I'm like, oh, he didn't mean to do that. It's not. Happens again. Moves in closer. No, I don't. And like, you know, I went there dressed that night. I went dressed nice. Maybe I was giving on. I had a pearl necklace on. You were giving that vibe. I was giving. You look at fuck with that pearl necklace.
I had a pearl necklace, fishnets, and my ass was sticking out.
Fuck me sign. Nipple
Ashless chaps,
clamps. Like.
a collar, and I was on a leash.
He was looking good.
But yeah, so that happens, and I'm like, I just kind of like leave. I just turn around, and I walk back to like where like Cameron. I walk back behind like them. I got like dudes coming behind me like 4 other times within the first time we were on the dance floor. I just kind of like move, like, oh, I'm okay. And so that shit just kept happening.
Which is
But
so
then there was
funny to me. Whatever. Which is so funny to me because my experience is like, yeah, I'm really high. And after that moment we were talking about earlier where Cameron is making those jokes to me, I am dying of laughter. Like I'm having, I don't know what it is. Like I get paranoid, but only if like something happens. Like I need a click.
Yeah.
But I'm good, but I am high. And I'm in front of this pillar, right? And I am so high that it becomes like blurred.
Yeah.
I don't feel the pillar anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
All I see is like everybody in front of me and these red lights. You can't see anyone's faces. It is foggy. Cameron is directly in front of me. And they, for some reason, every like 30 minutes would turn on these bright white lights and illuminate everyone.
There were windows around,
Yeah.
right? And there were like floodlights outside of each window. And sometimes to the music, they would like swell them all around the crowd. This bright white light.
And so I'm at my climax and I am right behind Cameron against this pillar. And I am like this. I am like actually pressed up against it. And my vision becomes TikTok. And all I see is Cameron's outline and just lights in front of his shadow, just like getting brighter and brighter. And it was like the most beautiful sight.
It's Cameron.
The most beautiful, like it was scary at first and I'm like, oh, this is where I pass out. And then I'm like, no, it's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And from there, I cooled down.
I appreciate it.
But mind you, what Keegan was just saying, these guys coming up behind him, for some reason, maybe I looked like shit. No one really did that.
Yeah.
Except for one guy.
Yeah.
Who was strange. This man was at like...
Oh, he was weird. Yeah.
He was doing like so the first interaction I had was with Cameron, and he comes up and he touches me like right by my pocket. So I'm like, this guy's a fucking pickpocket.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like kind of stiff arming him and holding my pockets. Luckily I had like
it's rifted.
I had like these Velcro pockets.
Yeah, we're in the Thieves
It's
Guild,
Thieves
bro.
Guild. Thieves Guild.
Of course.
Why am I
He
surprised?
studied. I'm a student. He's the master.
He just started his quest.
All right, but so he did that, and he like circles around and does it again, and I'm like freaking out at this point. That's my paranoia.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this guy could like stab me and nobody would know.
Like, stick you with
and,
a needle.
I feel like I'm like getting so paranoid. I feel it in my back. I'm like, did I get stabbed? Like I'm thinking I'm like getting stabbed by this guy, right? And so he does it so many times that I'm like with Cameron, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like looking at people in the face, like, and it's only the only time you see someone's face if it's like the red light is on it, and you are like, I'm like staring at them. I'm like, oh fuck, and oh fuck, and I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And Keegan comes back, and I'm like, have you seen the pickpocketer? And he goes, he's not a fucking pickpocketer. He's just gay. He's been grinding up on me all fucking night.
Yeah.
Because he was not a pickpocketer. This was the only dude that grinded up on me twice.
Getting mad, getting like that mad, like he's not a fucking pickpocket, dude. He's just gay.
I felt just like
It was exactly like that.
because I was just so over it. Because I was just like, I just want to I was like, women, I get it. You just want to go out with your friends and dance, and you got these men all up on you.
I won't let him. I won't let him dance.
I just want to go out and look. What?
He's being the man.
He's the voice. Yeah. I'm just like, I want to have a nice night to feel confident about myself, and I gotta get grinded up on. Come on now.
Yeah.
And that was the worst thing to happen that night.
Yeah. And then we take another break. But as we do that, we also like at one point decide to just adventure because we're like, there's so many hallways, and we were like,
We gotta explore the catacombs, bro.
So we start walking through the catacombs. I'm talking like this fucking, like you are wall to wall. You feel like something could happen. You're done. You're erased from life. And we go to this intersection in the halls, and you look right. Guy motorboating his fucking girlfriend, naked, titties out, just. And then you look left. Two chill guys trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Most insane fucking visual.
Like I don't know if it was exactly Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but they were like trading
consulting
something, and it was just so funny because we just look right, look left, and choose the Yu-Gi-Oh guys.
That's our crowd.
We
go that way.
So funny.
I would have gone the other way and said, "Yo, I got next."
I mean, dude, you might
And he motorboats me.
But yeah, so then we go outside,
Good say it.
and there's like,
Fighting against gender norms there. I like it.
so there's like this one thing was like, I got like really frustrated at a certain point in the night when it was like us three dancing, and then like it was just the spot we were in sucked so much ass, and I was like over being there. Like it was cool, and like I would rather just be like walking around and shit, but it's just like so many just like sweaty dudes. It's like 2 a.m. at this point, so it's been going on for like 4 hours. And I am behind this like 7 foot like no ho Hank ass dude.
Completely bald.
Yeah, completely
Here we go.
bald.
This was
like no fucking like no like skeletal structure. Just like
Literally a 7 foot tall bald dude who we referred to as Slenderman.
yeah.
The entire night.
And
Where's Slender
he
Man?
had minions.
Yes. Because we went outside and we were sitting outside for a while, and all of a sudden we see Slender Man come out, and we're like, oh shit, oh my god, there he is. It's so funny. All right, let's go back inside, guys. We go back inside, and we're on the opposite side of the dance floor, and we get there, and I'm like, no fucking that's Slender Man. He's right there, and it was him. He was right there.
So literally, like at first, I know we referred to as minions. You're gonna think like, oh, that was like his friend that looked like him or something, right? No, he had minions that would follow him, but that was him.
Yeah, he actually like teleported inside
Ahead of us into the crowd.
because we left first. He had just sat down, so unless he full sprinted past us, there's no way he got in there.
And this
Then
is- You got it.
we're like standing in the crowd and we're all laughing about that, and then all of a sudden, 2 more fully bald dudes come up next to us and start like grinding on each other, and we're like, what the?
They're all together. You just see 3 bald heads in the red smoky lights.
And then you look over there, and there's another bald guy. And you look across the fucking club, and there's another fucking bald guy. Like the fucking Mr. Clean convention.
Did I say the club looked like Auschwitz?
You did say that.
Yes, literally, we go in, it looks like it. But we're outside, and we forgot to mention, it has like a giant chimney, and it is exactly the shape of like a factory from like Eastern Europe. Like Europe. It's insane. Like, actually terrifying. Yeah. And those 3 guys were there, so we're like, that was like one of the first glitches of just this whole trip. Like, there was like multiple times where we're...
Yeah, there was the homeless guy who was like counting up when he was begging. Then there's just like all these random bald people.
New York's New York again.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, that's kind of everything that happens at Basement. It's like 3:30 in the morning. And the party is going to go until 6 or 7, I think.
7.
And we were like, let's just go. Like, we've done everything we want to do. Like, whatever.
It's only gonna get weirder.
Yeah. So we leave. We head back to the hotel. We stop at this this 24-hour cafe that we went to every single day, multiple times, to buy water and everything. Went there, bought waters and stuff. Go back up to the hotel room, and it's like by the time we get back, it's like maybe 4:30, and everyone crowds, all 5 of us crowd in that an hour room. Mm-hmm. And you've seen the space of that.
At this point, our room already smells like
so bad.
formaldehyde.
Because they refused to let room service clean.
Well, at first, all our shit was everywhere, and I'm like, what would room service do? Because our shit's everywhere. I'm like, I don't really want them to dig through my shit.
I'm just laughing because I know what you do when you show up somewhere. Philip shows up somewhere, gets down, opens up his bag, and just starts going.
That is what happened.
Until that bag is empty.
Don't flame me, bro, because I have stories.
We both yeah.
I had to set rules and standards.
I remember when we first went to the Airbnb when we went. I was had to see this huge pile of clothes.
I'm looking for my best shirt.
Philip was just like, yeah, and that pile didn't move.
The pile stayed there, but I look good every day.
So I just that's what I'm imagining. It's like, yeah, Philip's pile.
Yeah, my pile. But I made the pile good at one point. Like,
No, we cleaned up.
We cleaned up because it got to a point where I was thinking, because I had all my shirts laid out on my bed. That's the only place. Our place was so small. There was nowhere to put anything. And so I have it laid out on my bed. I'm like, I don't really want someone to come and clean and not know what to clean. So I'm like terrified. But then I go to Dylan's. He's like, you don't want him to clean your sheets and your towels and all the shit that gets dirty. And I'm like, okay, put service needed on that bitch. We'll like get it solved. So we did that one night. But after that, we let it turn into hell. But where were we? We were talking about. That's when we came back.
Yes, we got back to the room. Everyone's unwinding. You know, I'm laying in bed, just like watching some video on my phone.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was. New Mogul Mail just dropped. Okay, I didn't have service in the catacombs to watch it. I'm always the 0.1% viewer. But yeah, so I'm like laying there, and you guys will be able to explain this better. But it starts off with like Cameron describing Five Nights at Freddy's lore, because I think the movie came up.
Yeah, I think the movie got brought up, and then Philip asked me like a question, and I answered it, and then he just kept asking me questions, and I kept knowing the answers, so I just kept going and going.
To the point where I was like asking the same question, where I was like, but which
and I was
one?
It was earnest. It was like
I've been a part of this.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I was letting you know, like
it's one of those.
It went from 4:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the morning.
And then like basically to 6.
Yeah.
And
basically to 6. Yeah.
it got to a point where like I knew I was overstaying my welcome, but I thought it was so funny. So I just kept asking.
It's like
questions.
Tina sitting on the floor, like I'm laying in my bed, just like basically passed out, but I'm like staying enough awake so I can go brush my teeth and shower. And then Dylan's above me.
No, I was on the floor.
You were on the floor also?
I was on the floor just reading JoJo.
Yeah.
Zoned out, but still like hearing them kind of paying attention.
It was to the point where like we had like a little window on the side of our thing, and it was kind of open, and I looked over, and I could see the sun was rising.
Yeah. That was what we did. We walked in the room, and I was like, fuck, I see light.
No, and the way our room's set up, it's like we have one window in the shower.
It's in the
like,
shower.
And it's just like, I go to take a shower. This man, Buccaneer, I wonder why. Look at him. An actual swashbuckler. Does not shower.
I just think it's so funny. I think it's so funny to imagine. I'm like imagining it. I was like, yeah, these two are having a just them conversation.
Yeah.
In your guys' room. In your guys, like this could have been in their room. But they forced themselves
When you got in the shower and out of the shower.
Oh. So we are talking about it, and as we're going to my room, we're still talking about it. And I go, we're fixing our stuffs and stuff, and he's still talking about it. And I go, I need to take a shower, Cameron. So I go take a shower, and as soon as I turn off the water, as soon as I do, so the puppet was
Yeah.
So Balloon Boy was actually
the conversation's not done until you finish the shower.
He said he wanted to take a shower first, and I was like, okay.
He continues after that. As I'm getting dressed, as I go to lie down, as I plug in my phone to charge for the next day, as I set my alarm, he's still talking to the point where I'm lying down, closing my eyes like this, and I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, and it was like the purple man, and I was like, Cameron, I'm going to bed.
I respect it.
It was a good night. It was a good night.
That is when we get to Sunday.
Oh my god.
So the thing was that.
By the way, we're on Sunday. We've been recording for an hour 30. We still have Sunday, Monday to go.
And a little bit of Tuesday.
And today.
Today is Tuesday.
We're on Sunday now.
Sunday.
Is that 20 or 28? 20. Okay.
So we are like, we wake up Sunday, you know, it's hard to get up. Yeah. It's been such a fucking long night. But we were like, you know, we got to make the most of this trip. You know, Tina has to, it's Sundays, remember, is also Mother's Day. So, you know, wake up, all of us text our mom, sorry we can't be there, we're just really busy in New York.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Dude, I just sent my mom my location. I was like, I'm sorry.
His mom was like, can we go get lunch? And Cameron was like, I just sent her my location.
And she goes, oh, have fun.
Wait. Not Happy Mother's Day?
Well, yeah, I said that too.
Oh,
It was like,
okay.
Happy Mother's Day,
That was
do
what
you want to
led
get
up
lunch?
to
My
The
location.
location implies it, bro.
You think I just sent her for no reason?
I went here for you, Mom. I'm doing this trip for us.
I'm here to get you goodies.
But then, so we like wake up and we're like, okay, we got to go make the most of today. We all get ready. We head out. We go to Union Square. We're like walking down. Tina wants to show us this place called the High Rise, which is like a park that used to be an old like subway, like an above ground
Like
subway
overpass.
track. So that they like don't do subways anymore. So now it's like a market and it's sitting areas and like a garden. So we go over there. Everything is like, you know, super chill. Not really many stories come out of that until like Tina leaves, because she leaves around like 5, and then we're still like looking around shops and stuff. But we decide like, okay, we need to figure out something to do tonight, somewhere to go. You know, basement set a bar. We need to keep that momentum up. And so the first place we look up is this place. I think it's called like Somewhere Nowhere. And we were like, oh, dude, like we gotta like. I looked up like top 10. Yeah, you can pull it up.
Pull it up.
So I looked up like top 10 like New York. Yeah, because it wasn't even that. It was just top 10 like New York City like nightclubs open on Sundays, because that was the important part. There's so many places were just closed. And so we find this one place, and I'm like telling Phil about it. I'm showing them pictures. It looks amazing. And we're like, all right, we'll wait till we get, because you can buy tickets for like $30. Yeah. Like, we'll wait till we get back to the hotel and decide then. So we get back to the hotel, and Philip's like, I'm gonna check it, because I didn't read anything about it. I just saw like the article, saw the pictures. I was like, it looks cool. Philip goes, oh, this thing is 2 stars. Why is it? Yeah, on Yelp. Why is it? It has a ton of reviews. And it's like, why is this 2 stars?
And here's some of the reviews I read out loud to, you know, make sure we're gonna go.
Yeah.
And one person goes, racist establishment. They didn't let me and another black person in last week. I watched as a white woman in a very similar attire walk in. I hope this place gets shut down. And then 0 stars if I could. I should have expected this much, since Easter posted an article about patrons experiencing racial discrimination here. It goes on and on, like racist as fuck, like this sucks.
We got like scammed.
Yeah, like tourist scam.
They said they were gonna give us like a free drink, but then because they wanted to test out the mix, and then they charged us like $100 for it. Like all this shit, we're just like, well, fuck. But
and it's just so funny, because we're like lying there, like, oh shit, like what do we do? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm just reading out racist reviews, like, and we're like, what do we do now?
So we bought a ticket. No, I'm just kidding.
So we won't have a problem there.
Keegan found this list.
This was in Keegan's recommended.
It's on my bucket list.
We saved it for when we all can go.
My uncle owns it.
So we have this app that we bought the basement tickets on, and it's an app that just shows you a bunch of different like events going on in New York. And we find this one. What is the time at? Yeah, we have 6 more minutes. So we find this one right that has it's like time. It's like tonight, 10 p.m. Lists a bunch of artists, secret location. Like we're like, this is interesting. We're like going through listening to all of them that we can find on like platforms, and we're like, this all sounds like good. There's like some hyperpop, some just like DJ stuff. Like, fuck it. And we're like, okay, so I assume when we buy the ticket, they'll like send us the address, right? So we buy the tickets, and I'm like doing research. I'm like trying to figure out more. I find out it's this initiative called like Chaos Computer, and they run like programming for like underprivileged artists or just like underground artists that like want to be able to have a message, and like they're like anti-capitalist and like all these things.
One of the things too, when we were looking at it, it says how many people are attending, and it was 7, and then like it jumped a little bit, but it was just probably us, and we're like, uh-oh.
I think at first it was 3, and then it jumped to 7 after we bought all our tickets.
Because the thing is, like, Basement had 500 to be to be fair. Like the thing, the statistic obviously works on the app, but like it just was accurate. Damn. 7 people.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we're like, all right, we need this location. So I'm like doing all this research. I'm like DMing all the artists. Like, hey, what is the address? We like just bought tickets. Yeah. So we like find an address online. Then we're like, all right, we'll just go
And
there.
we put full faith into.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, let's just go early. We'll chill in Brooklyn. We'll eat.
The venue was in Brooklyn.
Sorry.
We go to this great Mexican place. It's really cool. And we're just kind of like walking around, like really good vibes, like good drinks there. And we're like, all right, let's head over to the venue. It's like a little past 10, I think. And we're like walking, and it's just like this like warehouse district that's just like no one is around. It's getting kind of cold, and we're just like all right, oh, this must be the place. And we walk up on just like a warehouse, just like a building that has a piece of paper on it that says poison baited, like
it says poisonous area with a skull and crossbones. And it says baited area. And I'm like, we were baited.
They got us.
We're rats.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
And so we're like, well, fuck, like this might be the place. Like, let's just like walk until we can find like, you know, a normal place. And so I'm like going on Instagram again, like DMing people, and I see like one of the artists just posted on their story, and I swipe up and I'm like, hey, I need the address. Like, I bought tickets. And it was like one number off from the one that we had, but it was still the exact same location. It took us to the exact same location. That's how big the building was. And so we go back there, and we're like, but then we see 2 people. And we're like, oh, interesting. Like, there's more. We haven't seen people around here yet. And they just open this unmarked door that starts buzzing when you open it, and then it shuts. And we're like, I guess that's the spot.
I was like, fuck it, I gotta go first.
So
And
we
then
sat-
I opened it,
frags.
dude. I opened it, dark as hell, graffiti all over the walls. It smelled like a little rank. I was like, all it is just one staircase going up, and it's red, bro. I was just like,
Oh, okay.
I looked at
red light at the
dude.
top of the staircase.
Again, the red.
I was like, I'm gonna die.
So we go in, and we like, it's like a staircase goes up here, and then it goes over here, and then there's a person, and they just look at our ticket, they're like, oh, you bought a ticket, thank you, and then they just let us in, and they like draw like a heart on our hands, and we just go in, and it is one room that is just like how, I don't know, you
So-
describe it?
Like, my first impression going in here was like, okay, we're entering this building, and like the basement was terrifying, but this one has no security, and this is a random room in the most random like you said, warehouse.
Unaccredited, like,
Like there's nothing protecting you from a guy going in there and being like, I'm gonna fuck people's days up,
Yeah, like
right?
the only security I saw there was some cameras looking like out front and like the stairs, but they
Probably
did not.
for the landlord.
Yeah, like they did not pat us
just couldn't
down.
record that
They like
evidence.
looked at us, drew the little heart on our hands. That's it.
Yeah, so we go in, but the vibe is genuinely insane. Because you're, like, you have this room that is completely dark with people just standing around and someone doing the most, like, insane movements on the floor, like, upside down, rubbing their bodies everywhere. And it is really good music, but it is, like, crazy.
It's like it's this girl or a person, and they're doing like they're like live programming music where like they're hooked into Ableton and they're like live activating drums and like they just have like they're like triple quadruple layering their voice and they're just like and like they were like walking towards
It
the
sounded
crowd.
like boss music.
Yeah, it was like actually like walking
Like
towards
Dark
like
Souls
Dylan
shit,
at one
man.
point.
Like literally staring into my soul. Everyone in the crowd looks back at me and they're just like inching towards me and I'm like,
I know, you feel like it gives you such a vibe, like, I should be in this shit. Like, I should be involved in the set. Like, because you're on the same level as the person doing the art.
There is a stage, but no one's using it.
No one's using it. They're in front of you, like, directly. Just one person doing their set. And it's like, you also have, like, windows, and you see the New York skyline, and it's just the most insane, like, it's just not real. We're like, we have entered another dimension again.
Yeah.
Like, not real.
And it was like, every artist was just so good in like their own unique way. Like you had like the first person who was just this like interpretive dancer that's like live programming music. The second person was this very like kind of hyper pop like pop artist and just like really really solid songs. The next person was like The Weeknd meets Frank Ocean, like doing these like
furry.
Yeah, meets furry. like singing like Frank Ocean, but over like house music and like these like insane fucking ambient tracks. And then fucking
the last one.
Yeah, the last one is this goth baddie that Dylan is fucking frothing at the mouth.
Emo
baddie that Dylan is frothing at the mouth.
Most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my
She's
life.
doing the exact music that I play in my car. Like hyperpop, breakcore, and I'm just like, this is the best.
This guy went up to her at the end and was like, "What? How would you describe like your genre?"
This old
and she was
man.
like, "It's like happy core, nightcore, but like modern nightcore, but then there's like aggressive core in there." It was like the funniest description.
Yeah.
But it was so good, and we were like, "All right, we're ready for more." But then after her set, her set was like way longer than ever. She was like the headliner almost.
An insanely long set for what type of music was being played.
Yeah.
Like the loudest hyperpop.
And
And,
the-
I am bouncing the entire time. After like a 40,000 step day. Like, I am done.
The thing is like, well, the stage is here, right? And there's like the speakers and everything here, but the DJ booth is set up over here. So you're dancing this way and just getting pounded with music from one side. But it was just like, it was so good. And then like that shit ended and we were like, shit, like let's get the fuck, you know.
Yeah, we were like-
the music ended, it was just, everyone was like, all right, head out.
It ended around like 1, which is
Yeah.
pretty early for what we were doing. But
But it was a Sunday.
It was
Also,
supposed
we're
to
in
go
the
until
middle
like 4.
Yes,
That's what it
It's
said.
on the website.
yeah.
But yeah, so then then we're like on our way home. And we're kind of lost. Or at least we get to the subway station and we hop on like the wrong subway and just go like a one stop over. And we're kind of just like, all right, like, we need to like figure out where we are. And we're looking at a map. And this guy comes down the stairs and he starts talking to us. And he's just like the most New York man ever. And like how would you even...
Oh my god. So he first pulls up like out of nowhere when we're waiting for the train, and he's like, this train. And he was just telling me about the train, and he's like, oh, you know how to get to there? And he's like naming roads. I don't fucking know. And I can't do a New York accent. I don't know if any of you guys can, but it was
Dylan has a killer one.
I do?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Oh, perfect.
That's it.
But no, it was...
I actually was.
So he's like doing that, and he's like, oh man, you just gotta go down here. This is what you gotta do. And I'm like, oh, 100%, sir. And he like goes in the train and lies down like
His
this.
backpack up, lies down facing us.
He's also like 5'2", and he's like, just, I've been here forever. When I first got here, I didn't know how to do it either. And I'm like, but he's like, he kept saying, every sentence he said, he would finish by saying, you'll find your way, you'll find your way.
Yeah.
And he would lie down, he was like a real life goblin. And he would lie down and stare at us, continue talking. And we're just like, dude, can we just stop talking to this guy? And then some girl walks in, and he instantly changes aggro like it's a fucking video game and is like talking her ear off. And as soon as she leaves, he looks over at Cameron and goes, damn, she was a dime piece, huh? And Cameron goes, not my type, sir.
I said not my time, man.
It was so good.
This is him.
It's a I got a video of it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get the
This is
video.
the video.
Oh, I took it on your phone.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you could hear him though. That's why I just kind of like.
Yeah, like Cameron's awkwardly just like.
dealing with it.
You see where he's at. Watch how he's sitting. Like I try and get him, but he's looking right at us. It's like lied there. I wish I got a better photo. It was just because he was literally like kept staring at us.
Yeah.
And he kind of looked very observative. Like I feel like if he saw that, he would have been like, "What you doing there?" You know what I mean? I was like, I'm trying to be low key, but he was insane.
Yeah, no, that shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, yeah, like you guys take the L train yet? You guys?
He's like naming trains. I'm like, there's no way you live here. Because he's naming trains.
The big thing with him was that he was like, yeah, like one time I fell asleep on the train and I ended up in fucking like fucking New Jersey. So then I had to wake up and I got back on another train, but then I fell asleep again and then I ended up. He was just like,
he fell asleep on the train. Mind you, going like hours in multiple directions. Yeah. And he was just like, it happened to me once, it happened to you.
You'll find your way.
We're here for 3 days.
Yeah. Oh man, but then so we get off the subway there. Also, Cameron kept saying we were gonna get Train to Busan. That was another joke he had.
I've heard.
Do you know what that movie is? I was like, dude, we're gonna look over in that cart. Zombies, people dying.
There was like one moment where the train stopped. Like the train just came to a full stop in a tunnel, and everyone's kind of sitting there, and like no one's talking, and Cameron just goes like, "Guys, I think we're gonna get Train to Busan." It's like everyone in the train can hear it. But yeah, so that is Sunday. So Monday, what are a bunch of what is like 4 white boys gonna do to get down to some hijinks and shenanigans in New York City? You gotta go to the Joker stairs, baby.
That's right.
So we wake up and we were like, first thing we want to do is go to the Joker stairs because like the plan was go to the Joker stairs, meet up with Tina in Brooklyn, get some K-pot. That's how you said it. I forget. Like,
that was the play.
So we're kind of arguing because I'm like, we did K barbecue last time. It was fucking delicious. Like I want to go get it again. But Tina, she's vegan. She was like wanted a hot pot, and I'm like, fuck that. And then we found out there's like a place that does both, so we went there.
Yeah.
And Cameron.
Before where the Joker says.
Oh, okay.
So that's the main plan.
Yeah.
So we immediately wake up, go to the Bronx. You know.
Jason knows.
Jason knows. Jason loves the Bronx. Jason is
Born
the
and
Bronx.
raised.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah. We know. They're all built like you, like oak trees. You're like a mighty.
Okay. I don't know.
I'd say he's more spruce.
They're all built
but-
like
come
me.
on.
That's mean. That's mean as fuck.
You fucking acacia tree. Go fuck yourself.
But yeah, so we take the train up, we get off, we immediately step off the platform and walk down the steps. And we're standing there, and like we just take out our phones to like locate where, because we got off the stop where it says that it's like minutes of a walk, like just a few minutes. We take out our phone, and this guy like walks by us and looks at us and goes, "Welcome to Gotham." And then he's holding a little white dog and goes in like a store. And we're like, we just got red.
You just saw the penguin.
We're like, it was Dylan's fucking cargo shorts. I know it. Like,
He literally put on the voice. Like, it was just, welcome to Gotham.
4 white boys in this area. I know
this
where
time
they're
on a
going.
Monday. Yeah.
I know where they're going.
And so,
Basically, yeah.
so we walk around for a little bit. You know, we film a little bit of content. We get over to the Joker stairs, but there's like a music video being shot. Like there's like a drum set up on it. There's like a music video. There's cops at the bottom. Like you can't go on them. So we're filming from across the street, and we're there for maybe like 5-8 minutes, just like filming like random bits or whatever. And then all of a sudden we just hear like, "All right, 10 minutes, time to go. Your time's up. You gotta leave." We look across the street, and it's the same fucking guy. And he's there with a dog. He walked into a market 5 minutes ago, and now it's another glitch.
It was such a surprise. I'm filming Cameron like in front of the Joker stairs because I'm like, I gotta get something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's in the video, but I'll see if we can like post edit. But basically, if it's in the video, you see him across the street staring at us the whole time, and I'm just like, there's no way it's that guy. So in my head, I instantly eliminate that possibility. But then he starts talking, and he's like, "Your time's up," and apparently he calls us like assholes and shit.
Yeah,
It was
he
so
called us
funny.
assholes as we were walking away.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh, well, all right, well, did the Joker stairs. And so then we leave there. And we're like, all right, let's just go to fucking, we'll go to Brooklyn.
So we walk
And
across
so-
the bridge.
Yeah, so we take the train to like the others, like the Manhattan side of the Brooklyn Bridge, and we walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, take some photos and stuff. Yeah, we walk all the way across there. Then the K-pop place is like 20-minute walk from
It's
the other side of the bridge.
Like 30.
So yeah, we walk over to the K-pop place. Tina meets us there. We go eat. It's really good, and then we kind of like walk out, and Philip realizes like, oh shit, like this is where like Christian and I would hang out a lot. Like it was the Target,
The Bank of America, the mall place.
It was exactly
That place.
But it was weird because in my memory of it, originally it was right after the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
But it was like genuinely kind of far from the Brooklyn Bridge.
We walked.
So I see all the stuff and I'm like, ooh, like, it's like instant nostalgia. I'm like, that's awesome, right? So we're like walking and I'm like, well, there's the tattoo place. And I see it. And we're like, well, we don't want to just do it. You know what I mean? Like, we want to come up with something. So we come up with an idea to go into like palm readings to see if like maybe we can get.
Yeah, we could film a palm reading that will give us some sort of insight on what tattoo for Philip to get.
Yeah. So we go to the first one, and it's these two Indian guys. Like,
In the back of a hair salon, in like
That's
closet.
that whole area.
Yeah.
and they're like looking at each other, and I come in with all of us, and I'm like, hey, can I film a palm reading? And the guy's like, what? Like, we do not know what the fuck. Like, he does not know what we're doing. And he's like, what are you going to post it on? And I'm like,
We're lying to him.
it's my home video. Like, I'd love to. And we show him the camera, and the camera we're using is very home
Yeah,
video-y.
yeah.
So we're like, we're just going to film it so, like, I have a memory of it. And then he goes, okay, let me think. And then he, like, thinks, and then he comes back to me, and he goes, so you want to film the palm reading? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, that is impossible. That is impossible. And we're like, okay, go. So we leave. And then we like see some other ads, but at that point we're kind of like giving up.
Yeah.
And
We can't like come up with like an idea because like we don't want to like just get because Philip's like, oh, I could get like the Drain Gang baby on me. Like
I was like, I get a real tattoo.
Like these things that he's like actually wants to get tattoos
Yeah.
of, and we were like, no, like it's just like not like memorable. And the only thing that we kept coming back to was like maybe we do like a FNAF tattoo. Like some sort of, because we had that whole experience of like Five Nights at Freddy's. So we were like, we couldn't find a good design, and we were just like, fuck it, like whatever, we'll just, whatever, fuck it. And then Tina's like, oh, like, you know what we could do? Like, we could go to Coney Island and go check out the Cyclone and go like do all that shit, go to the pier. And we were like, oh yeah, like that sounds fun as fuck, sure.
Yeah, and we're like thinking about it, and we're like, that is far as fuck.
We're
We're like, fuck it, it's our last day.
It's like 5 p.m.
We didn't do it.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
so far.
And we went. Yeah. And we
Journey.
Yeah, we took this journey, man. We're not even in New York anymore. We're like, where the fuck are we? But we get off like the subway and we're so hyped. Cameron is so hyped. Tell him like how hyped you were. Like you were.
Oh yeah, like because there was like, oh, it's this old wooden roller coaster. It's like super dangerous. And I was like, this sounds fun.
Yeah.
Like
And-
she
'cause
was
throughout the
literally
whole
telling
day, I
us.
was kind of just like, oh, like we're just laying. I was just kind of bored all day.
Oh wait. We also missed like at KBBQ. I read at the bottom of the thing that like they're gonna charge us each $14 for every pound of waste we have, and they kind of just hand you a tablet and let you order whatever the fuck you want. And I think like these guys don't realize that they're ordering hot pot because we just wanted to do KBBQ.
Yeah, I was like, let's just get meat, make it
And like
easy.
Tina can do whatever she wants, and like we can do the meat thing. And they order like hot pot like soups that like then you have to like order things to mix in with it.
Yeah.
And like basically Cameron is so concerned about waste that like it was like between like him, I think all three of you guys ordered corn.
I did not.
No.
so-
So my assumption, right, is my first time doing hot pot. I thought that you would order everything and then put it in the soup and then bring the whole thing to you.
Yeah.
I didn't know they bring you the base like soup and then bring all the items and you're supposed to just put it in.
Yeah.
And you have to mix
And
it.
when you order corn in the picture, there's like one roll of corn.
Yeah.
They bring out a plate of 4, and I got corn and Tina got corn.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of waste.
And instantly, I look over at Cameron, and this man is concerned.
Cameron is so concerned about waste.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where no one is really having fun on the hot pot side of the table because they are so concerned. Well, not really like Tina, but 100% Cameron, and Dylan is just mad because he got the worst. Like,
No, I wouldn't say I got the worst. I was just kind of confused because, like, I saw miso soup as a base, and I'm like, okay, that's like the normal soup for people who are ordinary. But I got miso soup like at the dim sum place, and I didn't really like it because it had seaweed in it, and plus I don't want to get the same thing twice. So I'm like, okay, let me get something interesting. And so I see like this tom tum yum shit, and I'm like, it is hot in parentheses after it, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be kind of spicy. Oh,
Kinda.
Sure.
Look at your skin.
We keep
And so it gets there. It gets there, and I look in it, and I see big ass tomato slice, and I'm like, that's not good for me.
bro ordered the gazpacho like fucking one chip challenge. Like that shit was so hot. Like he's like, try it. I'm like, dude, you're a pussy. I'm like trying to taste it. I'm like, holy fuck, that's disgusting.
And I hung in there, just so we're clear. I hung in there. I was eating little mini sausages out of it. I was eating my gyoza.
The most disgusting mini sauce.
mini sauce, little
They were not disgusting. They were good. I liked them.
Yeah.
Look, they had like a little condom on.
Put that in post. But yeah, so like by the end of it, Cameron has not only eaten like all of the food he ordered, but he ate all 8 things of corn on the cob.
No way.
Because she was like, do you want this? And it was like maybe 3 out of 4 of the rolls, and I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, this needs to be a cheap.
I look
meal,
over.
bro.
You go.
Dude, I was like, just sitting there like, dude, my side had all of this like shit, bro. It was crazy.
It was just so funny because I keep looking over at Cameron and he has like fucking 8 plates to the right of him where no one is sitting, like taking up the whole table. And he's just like dealing with it. He's like dealing with it.
And then like, Phillips,
deals.
and then Phillips like cooking me, and he's like, "Yo, Keegan, do you want some?" He goes, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta keep going." I'm like, "I'll take it."
Yeah, I was just like the cook.
Cameron's a trooper.
Yeah, no, Cameron went.
No, wait till the
Cameron
end
goes
of this.
beast.
Wait till the end of
Oh,
this.
this day is like Cam's day.
Well, I know one thing, and I remember seeing it on Philip's story. I was like, Cameron's on something today, and,
Yeah.
and I put it down.
So how about you eat 7 things of corn?
No, so then we're like done eating, and Dylan's paying, and they didn't even weigh anything.
No,
Yeah, they
they,
didn't
didn't weigh, but they 100% did charge us for like 2 pounds because the math did not add up.
Yeah, when you said 140, I was like, because it was like 20 per
It was-
adult.
it was
and there's
21
5
per
of us,
person.
obviously, so it's like,
And then the tax is like, I don't know what it is up there, but
Yeah,
probably
because,
like 8 or 9%.
because we did Hot Pot and KBBQ, they charged us an extra $5 each.
Cam was so focused
Okay.
on the corn that
They still charge us a little bit for it.
everyone forgot about the soup. So there's just like this much soup in this much of like a pot, and I'm just like, no one liked the hot pot at all. So if they did charge you,
I liked
it's
it.
because of that. Because there's so much soup. Yeah, just broth. Like
Yeah.
no one focused on that. Cameron was like, I gotta get this corn
dude,
out of
the first like scoop of miso I had, I was like, oh shit, dude, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I was like,
So then after that, we walk around Brooklyn, whole tattoo, palm reading saga, and then we go to Coney.
Yeah.
Fucking longest train ride, but it was beautiful. It was like mostly above ground,
Yeah, it
like
was
going
pretty
through
cool.
like really nice neighborhoods. And then we get to Coney, we walk out, and we realize, oh shit, it's not fucking open on weekdays.
Oh,
So
wow.
none of Coney Island is open.
Oh, my
Like,
God.
so there's like restaurants that have open, and Cameron just looks so defeated.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
And so, but we're like walking down the pier, and we're like, oh, dude, like, there's the fucking Zoltar, like the
fortune
thing
teller.
you pay $1 to, and it gives you a fortune. We're like, that could give us Philip's tattoo. And so we walk over there, and we're like feeding it. We have it all on film too. We feed it dollars, and we like all get fortunes and shit. And
So we're like, I'm like, oh, I have exactly $2, and I like put it in first, and I get 2.
Yeah.
I get 2 fortunes, and I'm reading them, and they're both like accurate as fuck. I think I have them in my wallet.
Yeah,
It's
I've
so
got mine in my wallet.
every fortune was like really accurate.
Yeah, like literally, like now is the time to start start that new project you've been contemplating. And then the other one is you've been wondering what to do with all those benefits you have or are about to receive. I'm like, this fucking knows.
Zoltar fucking nailed it.
Yeah, and obviously I had one before too, and it was super accurate.
Yeah. And so we're like scrounging dollars to get everybody like their own fortune, but because I got 2, it like fucked up the system.
Because you see how it's like torn at the top here?
Yeah.
It was like the next one that printed out the top of that one, and then like
the bottom.
Yeah, and like its own one. So you pull that one out, and then the next one printed out was just a nub. Just like on the top of Dylan's fortune.
So I had 2, Cameron had 1, and then
And
like
then me, Tina, and Keegan. Did you share one with me?
Yeah.
Tina? Yeah. So, do you remember what yours was, Cameron?
It was talking about like how I like spend my time, like how I should like spend my time. I can go get it.
It was like if
if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, it was like if you feel old, then I'll let him get it. But yeah, and then ours was about like happiness. Or like
No, kinda. Ours, it was talking about like cast off the despair in your life or some shit. But the main sentence was a dark-haired person in your life who means you harm is going to leave. And when I read that, me and Tina just look at Cameron.
but he has light hair.
Wait, what?
It was kind of dark. It was dark in that light.
A dark-haired person will leave.
Who means you harm is going to leave your
Going
life.
to leave your life. For both of you.
Yeah.
Well, who was it? Who put in the dollar?
It was my dollar that. I don't know, man. I don't remember
You
if
wanna
I
read
put
it?
it in.
oh yeah, Jason, give us a couple sentences, Jason.
You've been wondering if you have spent your time wisely. A man that is young in years may be old in hours if he has lost no time. If you feel old, then you know you have not wasted any time. If you feel young, then do not waste a day before you now. Damn, man.
That's a good one for you.
I know. I was like,
I
wow.
like that.
So we got our fortunes. We can't do any of the rides. It blows. So we just keep on walking, and this district is completely Russian.
Oh, it's so Russian.
It is entirely Russian, and the buildings look Russian.
Architect, yeah, everything.
It's like I'm not in New
Like,
York
shit is not in English, it is in Russian.
Yeah.
And
Every
Cyrillic.
person that walks
It's
by
like
is
these pretend
talking
letters.
Russian.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's wearing tracksuits.
So all these variables compel Cameron to go, I'm gonna just jump into the fucking ocean. So he does.
We walk out on the beach, and we'll insert it in post, but Cameron just jumps in the
That's
ocean.
what I saw.
Yeah.
I saw Cameron jump into that ocean. I was like, I know.
Bye, Cameron! Bye!
I was like, I knew. I watched that video. I was like,
Bro, we are hours away from our hotel.
He is wrong.
And it is windy and cold that day.
I was fine. Yeah. Like,
No, I
No,
believe you, but he mentally he was fine. Physically, to the touch, he had hypothermia.
His core was cold. You know, like at your hands? His back was like as cold as his hands.
Yeah.
His soul was burning, though. Cameron hung in there.
Bro
I have
saved
the
my day.
strongest
Like,
Everyone's
so
vibes
happy.
were like, "Oh my god, Cameron!" Like that was insane, and it just gives us this like energy.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Let's go, Cam.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So here's the thing. We've kind of lied to you about our intentions for Coney Island.
We were not there to watch me jump in the
We
ocean.
were not there to watch him jump in the ocean, nor were we exactly there to, ride the cyclone or anything.
We didn't give a fuck about any of that.
I'm excited.
Those are
Tina
side quests.
lives in that area. And Tina owns a tattoo gun. Philip?
Oh boy.
So I graciously donated my body for science.
Okay. Let's see it. A leg one again, or what?
Wait, I have to make sure I show this properly. We can insert a photo too.
FNAF.
Freddy.
I'm thinking of photos.
Okay, now listen to the story.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Show
I'm nowhere near done.
And let me speak.
Okay,
Because
I need to keep reading it.
thank you.
And then what is this fucking?
Why is there an exclamation
I'll explain a
mark?
little bit. So we got it done. Tina drew this, and my idea was, listen, we're on a bench on the pier doing
That's
this.
the other thing. We didn't go to Tina's house. We were like, okay, well, we can't go back to the hotel because it's gonna take so much time to travel all the way back out there. So let's just do it on the pier. So we are on a bench under a fucking light, just doing a tattoo next to what might be a homeless person's blood.
There is actual red like juices on the bench, and she puts down a fucking puppy piss pad. I sit on top of it, and I go, fuck it, let's do this shit. And for the first hour, she is watching YouTube videos on how to tattoo. She is literally...
This is her first time ever doing skin.
It's like a surgeon going, how to perform.
And she learns how to transfer. It takes like an hour to transfer, so she actually has a stencil.
Yeah.
And that's why the Five Nights at Freddy guy looks all right. But
The text isn't trans.
so my mind was, I don't think this stencil's gonna work. Before it did, I will say, fuck it, give everybody in this group the fucking pen so they can add their piece to my leg.
Okay.
So the stencil worked, so at least I have that image.
I have a picture.
But
If you don't want to work it out, we can just go to the picture.
so I gave everybody else a word.
Who do you think did each?
Okay, a word.
Yeah, each of us
So
did one.
each of the three. So
one
Tina
person did
that.
FNAF, one person did Ad, one person did Freddy.
So someone did FNAF. FNAF to me, it's fucked up. Whoever did whoever did FNAF.
Just
fucked up.
imagine it said FNAF. Because there's an explanation.
I'm leaning towards Dylan.
Can I gotta do my reaction.
That is only technically true.
So
I want to
hey,
say.
this is let's transition a little bit. It's gonna be the same thing, but so she does the stencil. I'm okay with it. I'm not expecting a good tattoo. I just want something. We're on the fucking pier in Coney Island. People are looking at me, and it is just the most crazy shit ever. And then I'm like, fuck it. Guys, just grab it and fucking do it. So I give each and everybody a word based on how well I think they'll do it.
Okay.
At is the worst, right? That's the easiest. So
is the worst, so
in my mind, I'm like Cameron or Dylan.
Yeah.
Cameron has bad handwriting, but I think Dylan would fuck it up because he's a nervous guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I go, fuck it. I'll give FNAF to Dylan.
No, it's not.
No. So this is what happened, right? So.
Oh, okay.
So I was wet, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd be looking up how to do this for an hour, and so now it's getting dark, and I am freezing.
And right
And I'm told to do FNAF. And I'm like, okay, so I start I grab it, and I'm like,
let me explain my reaction. Let's transfer back. So he's about to go do it. He's about to go do it. And I'm expecting like it to be pretty amateur, but I am not expecting to what happened. This motherfucker goes,
Yeah, we're looking at it.
fast. Like,
The first line was just like,
We're looking.
This is my face. Like I had a level in my fucking head. Like, oh, this is the minimum they're gonna do. Like this is gonna be bad, but they broke it in a matter of like 0.5 seconds of how bad they performed, and it was like,
yeah. So I had FNAF, right? And I gripped it, and I was like, I can't feel my fingers. So I can't feel the. I was like, I can't feel the pen.
No. Here's also the thing. Before you go to tattoo, because we only had one pair of gloves for Tina, none of us got to wear gloves. So they sprayed our hands with alcohol. And the alcohol mixed with how the air felt was like your hands, you could not feel them. Like actually like frigid fucking cold.
and I would witness these men as I see them in front of me, fucking spraying their hands, and then instantly like,
So yes.
and then grabbing it and going to my fucking leg, and then drawing fucking just like abominations on my
Okay,
leg.
so then I try my best to write FNAF.
Yeah.
And then they wipe it off with the petroleum jelly. Yeah.
Vaseline.
And some of it fades. So
The end is
Dylan.
a little faded. So they're like,
Yeah.
Dylan, touch up the end.
No. All of it was fucked.
Yeah.
I was told to redo all of the
It was-
FNAF
listen,
and Ad.
Oh, that's what that fucking is.
Yeah.
Yes, he goes to fix it, and he fucking does the N as an A. I'm like, Dylan, it's FNAF! What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, he's doing it.
I would do that too, though. I would probably fuck up
Yeah,
like that.
So
I did
he's
that shit on
doing
purpose.
it. He's doing it, and then he goes. He starts moving back.
He's
goes,
shaking,
he's
and
like,
he goes, I fucked up! Like,
I wasn't shaking. I wasn't
You're
shaking.
definitely shaking. Everyone's hand was.
No,
Not me,
he
not
goes, I need to fix the middle part. And in my head, I'm like, middle part? What is he talking about? And then I look over, and he draws the line. And I was like,
I was the only one, my leg, I'm the only one to be like, what the fuck is he doing? No one said anything.
He was already because
He just does it.
He did it, and then it was like I think all of our brains were like, wait, no, that has to be like Vaseline. That cannot actually be what he just fucking did.
I was told to hurry
Yeah,
because I had to redo FNAF and Ad, and,
so
it
they're
was like
basically just
running out of blood.
putting the needle into my leg and just just fucking scraping.
Because the thing is, like, because it would have been FNAF, but now it looks like FA/AF.
Yeah, FNAF.
So I gotta get touched up somehow.
I love
I can
this
fix it.
D. Look at this fucking.
Let's talk
It's
about
just,
that.
it's just like it just looks as if someone just scratched you.
Because like the thing is I didn't think because like we had been talking about it. Cameron set the tone for how big it was all gonna be. We all thought like, oh, it'd be like pretty small, but then like I have to match the size of these letters, these 2 letters, and I don't have enough. Like you can see, I did not.
The DYS is huge.
Yeah. So
But the thing is, like the S is like I can like you guys are running out of ink or something. Because like there's just areas.
no,
in here.
the problem was so that happens, and I'm already like, I'm done for life, and I'm like, Keegan, you're the one I trust. You got this. And he proceeds.
I love how it's Fred is smaller,
So he
but
does Fred,
DYS is.
And then we ran out of hair. We ran out of space.
I understand.
It was the way that like the leg was stretching.
Yeah.
Like it was just like.
It's just so funny because the 2 Ds.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he's going and he's like, I'm sorry. And he just slowly gets bigger and bigger. And I'm just like, it's good, man. I'm not fucking mad. I'm not fucking mad. I'm good, man. I'm happy. And so we're all done. And we're all just like, what the fuck did we just do? We go over it like one more time, basically, but not even. I'm like, because they didn't understand like how slow you have to go. Because it's not like drawing on a piece of paper. It's like you're writing on someone's leg. So it's you got to go nice and slow. So they at one point I don't know who it was, I forgot, but it literally was into my leg, like just scraping. And that's why there's no ink.
Yeah.
But it was just so funny. It was
it's
so
hilarious.
funny. And I'm sitting on this pier like this, like flashlights on me, puppy pad on this fucking bench.
Russians walking past.
Yeah, like many Russian families walking past.
Some would say they were Russian past.
Oh man, what the
Oh, man, it's so funny because I would have bet money. I was like, Philip is coming back with a tattoo. Like in my mind, I was like, he's coming back with a tattoo. I don't know what it's gonna be. And I'm very happy with it.
I thought he was gonna come back with like my name or something.
So,
but
yeah,
this is cool too.
I thought you were gonna go Philip and Christian, and then just go and Keegan and Dylan and Cameron.
Oh, that would have been funny. Yeah.
The really funny part too was like when we were dealing with the stencil and not knowing if it would work. I'm like, we thought of the idea just everybody write something, and I like when we said that and then it started working. I was like, but that is too good. Like we have to have everybody dig into my fucking leg.
Yeah.
So we did the image and I was like, just do it. I don't care how bad it looks. Fuck it. That is the best story ever. On this fucking pier in the middle of nowhere on a bench. Like
It's funny.
it is perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the Walgreens trip.
So that we wanted to say that story first. So in preparation for all this, right? We go to a Walgreens kind of near Tina's house.
Yeah.
I have a photo of the setup of what it looked like on the pier. So this was us on the Coney Island pier. Just.
Let me see. I gotta see it again.
Philip is depressed. Philip is like processing. The figurine is done, and now they have to figure out the words.
Yeah. But
That's
before that, Cameron is like, I have to pee. He's walking around barefoot. It is freezing.
Yeah.
No towel. He needs clothes.
And we had to go buy the Vaseline and everything.
Yeah, we had to buy Saran Wrap, Vaseline, all the stuff for the
razor,
tattoo,
yeah.
razor. So we go to this Walgreens, and it has no bathroom. It has no towels, no nothing. So
And I'm like, I'm not walking out here empty-handed, bro.
no, but I get the stuff I need, and in line, I see Cameron out of the corner of my eye, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Should I buy this fucking eye patch?" Because we've been, I guess like because we were making, swashbuckler jokes.
We were making like these like maxing jokes, like, dude, should I pirate max for the rest of the day, bro? Like,
We were like, he's pirate maxing, and he says that to me, and my first initial reaction is, "How much is it? I'll buy it right now." Because I need this man to fucking wear an eye patch. He's naked, like basically just fucking soaking wet, walking around barefoot with an eye patch on. Man has gone full Florida man.
Like that in New York. That inspired
literally.
that inspired that.
so I pretty much leave with wet, no towel. I'm barefoot, but I had an eye patch.
There you go.
So my eye is actually fine.
I think I might have sent it.
We were joking about like
so good.
keeping it on like as long as we could, keeping it a secret. but-
Like,
It's
what happened to Cameron's eye?
just like look around. It is just on your fucking.
So what you doing, buddy?
Snake maxing. snake
Good.
So it's just like I am so happy that he's in the position he's in.
Oh, dude,
So that peer pressure is just gone. Like I have no care. I'm like it is perfect.
Yeah.
So
It was just the
it was great.
It was like there's a thing Philip said while he was getting tattooed. It was just so funny. He was just like, "This is the butterfly effect. I joined an Xbox party in 2014 of my friends, of these guys I barely knew playing Destiny, and now they're tattooing me on the pier in Coney Island."
Just all these events have accumulated to me being right. It's so bad.
And so the rest of that night, pretty uneventful. It was pretty much like Tina went home because she was near there, went back to Manhattan. We all changed. We went out for the night, got some pizza, went to a bar. It was like an Irish bar. Cameron and I got free shots because my last name was McDermott.
Hey.
But then we left. It was a place was called Peter Dillon's. And we leave there, and we walk around 2 blocks and like one more block, and there's another Peter Dillon's. Just another bar. And we were like, did we go in a circle? And he's high as fuck.
I had like one blunt that I would consistently like hit like 2, 3, 4 hits, and then just put out, wrap it up, put it back in my pocket for the whole trip. And I was just like, man, I need to smoke this real quick. Let me smoke this Zaza real quick. I was just like, it was great. And we walk and we go in a total opposite direction. Like there's no way we circled.
No, it was not the same bar at all.
And it was just the same exact looking place. We're like, another glitch.
Yep.
And then also, we forgot to mention this earlier, but I don't know if it was the same night. We're walking, and we see this homeless dude, and he is pressing his head against this like pole thing.
This like bus info machine.
And he's like praying, like saying weird shit, and they see it, walk out of the way. Me and Cameron get jump scared. We did not see this man, and we're like, that was funny.
So, like,
Walk to
imagine like it's like a block, right? And the guy is right here. We're all walking. We were gonna turn, but we decide we're not turning there.
Yeah.
So we go up over the block, and then we come up on this side, and it's a guy doing the exact same thing.
Another glitch.
Yes,
Yeah,
in the
literally.
same
Yep.
attire.
And I'm like, how did he get there? How did he get there?
This is happening a lot. And we were joking that it was like the playground thing where it's like the 2 sides like talking to each other. Oh,
What the fuck did do? Bro, they're
Transmitting.
They're literally going.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Oh, man.
It was so good.
But yeah. And we were thinking like, with everything said and done, Tuesday will just be us flying home, and the end of this podcast will just be the tattoo, and it'll be beautiful, and we'll wrap it with a bow. And then we woke up this morning. We wake up this morning bright and early. We do everything we need to do. We are out of the hotel by 8:30. It is like we are on a good schedule. Like everyone, Dylan's on a little bit of Dylan time, but we keep it up. We keep it up. And Dylan time is real. Dylan time is so real.
It was every day.
Yeah, quickly time is so real. And so we like and so we head to Grand Central. We get on the exact train we need to get on. Takes us to the exact right place we need to go. Hop off, get on the LaGuardia Link. It's a bus that takes us to the airport. Everything is so smooth. We're making all these jokes. Dylan said this one thing on the bus. Where is it? I'll find it later. But basically, we're like on the bus, takes us to LaGuardia, and the first stop we get to, it clearly says like B parking and like Terminal B, but like we're worried it's the only stop. We're worried that like if we aren't careful, like it'll just take us out of the airport.
Yeah.
And so we all kind of get up, take our shit off. 3 of us are off the bus, and Philip is still on it, asking like, no, this isn't where you think it's going.
It's not that bad.
And Philip's like, well, guys, like, what is this? Can we get to C from here? Can we see? And then what was it?
So I'm on the bus, and I'm like, let's make sure. And everybody's confused. It's like so many people on there like, is this Terminal C? Is this Terminal B? So I'm like, Philip decision time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to stay confident.
Yeah.
So I hear this one dude at the front of the bus, and he is like chilling there, and he's like, Terminal B parking, this is Terminal C. And I'm like, okay, Terminal C. So we get off. We're in like the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah, the bus fucking leaves. Terminal C is nowhere to be fucking found. We were so far from Terminal C. And the thing is like with the current path we were on, like we were gonna get to the gate maybe like 20 minutes early. Like because security was gonna take forever, like all this shit. And I want to preface that this is the story of how all of us get fucked. So just keep that in mind. This is how Philip got fucked because that confident guy confused us. We get off, we have to like walk around to this one shuttle place, wait like 10 minutes for a shuttle. Mind you, we only had like 20 minutes of wiggle room. Wait 10 minutes, finally a shuttle comes, picks us up, takes us to sea. We get off, we go inside. Philip has to check a bag. So Philip is doing that. He's like, guys, just go to the...
Yeah, I was just like, yo, just fucking go. Like, I have to go. Like, if I get my bag on the flight, you guys grab the bag. Like, I don't care. I have wiggle room. I'm not I don't have a job to worry about.
You don't have to come back.
Yeah. So like, I'm just like, I can figure it out. Just go. I need as many as you guys can go. And then I'm waiting in line, and then they go.
Yeah. So we get to security, and it's there's at LaGuardia, there's like things that say like how it's like almost like a fucking Disney queue time. It's like over 20 minutes for security. We're like, whatever, fine. We get in line. We're waiting. Basically, it's like 3 big zigzags to get to the thing. By the time we're at the start of the first one, Philip comes over and he's in line. So he's that far behind us. Okay. But we're like, whatever, like we're all gonna make it fine. We get up to the front of security, ID check is fine. We put all of our shit through. But then all of a sudden, 2 of our bins get taken. His bin that only had his shoes
and the shit that was in my pocket. So literally, my phone, my boarding pass, like
nothing
fucking
is hidden.
wallet.
Like there's nothing to fucking inspect. There's nothing in the fucking bin. Yeah. So that gets taken, and then my messenger bag with my laptop and my camera and everything that gets taken. And the thing is they were in the middle of a shift change, so there's no one manning the fucking thing to like look at your shit. And so we're standing there, and it's just burning time. It's enough time to where Philip gets up to us, puts all of his shit through, and is fine.
Yeah, I see them, and I see their faces, and I'm like, something happened. And I'm like, well, I'm going to beat them. So I go up, and I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, they just took our shit. And there's like no one looking. Like they said, there's no one looking. So I go up, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, we're in shift change, so we're not doing it. And I'm like, they're fucked.
Yeah, Philip's like, our flight's in 10 minutes. She's like, like walking away from him while he's talking to her. I was like, dude, she doesn't care.
So, yeah, like I'm talking to Keegan, and I'm like, someone's got to be on that flight so they can get my luggage. I got to go. So me and Cameron go, and then...
Yeah, so him and... They leave, and then... Me and Dylan are standing there. Finally, this fucking person does their fucking job. Comes over, starts looking through shit. Immediately grabs Dylan's bin.
Literally, they do not look at it. They just say, "Whose property is this?" I'm like, "Me." And they give me it. I sit down. I have to ask this like TSA dude to move because he's just like standing at the fucking bench. Yeah. And I'm like, "Hey, can you move?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry." I go put my shoes on fast as I can. I stand back up. All my shit's in my pockets, ready to go. I look around for Keegan. Nowhere in sight. Okay. I do not see this man
Which
anywhere.
is insane, because where else would I be? All of my shit is held up there. He looks around for, 2 seconds and goes, well, gotta get to my flight. Fucking leaves! I am alone!
Let me paint my picture! Let me make my art! Stop shitting and fucking coming on my masterpiece! Shut the fuck up!
Go.
Okay.
It's quickly time.
All right, pals. So here's the story. Philip is like making it seem like we are fucked. I am worried. We need to go as fast as possible.
We are fucked.
Yeah, please keep coming on me. Fuck off. So I'm like, I do like a couple 360s looking for Keegan. Nowhere in sight. I guess I just must have...
360s, literally, probably.
Let him keep going.
Keep talking to me. What resolution are you at,
Let him keep going. Let him see.
And so I'm like, okay, Keegan got his shoes on a lot faster than me and booked it. I'm going to do the same exact thing.
Okay, and then this is Philip and I's perspective. We like kind of went to just grab something real quick to drink. And we turn around, we see Dylan going down the escalator, and Keegan's not with him. And we were like, where's Keegan? He goes...
I know.
And then I go, weren't you with him? I was like, what?
I'm like, you aren't a human.
I want to point out that Dylan's fucking story was that he was so fucking passionate about telling, was standing up, looking around, and leaving. Shut the fuck up.
I don't like being misrepresented and then interrupted when I'm trying to correct myself.
I get it, but it's also like he got his shit first. Mine is a whole bag they would have to look through. So she grabs my bin. She goes, we need to resend it through. So she goes to the other side of the X-ray and puts it at the back of the fucking line behind everyone else that's coming through. So I'm just standing there and I'm so stressed. And finally my shit comes through, no issues, it just gets given to me. I fucking take off my shit. I had to put a sweater on. I grab all this shit, and then I just start like booking it. And I'm maybe like 700 feet from where I was, and I go, I'm missing something. I don't have my fucking luggage, like my wheeling luggage. I just left it there. And I'm like, if it stays there for too long, TSA will confiscate that shit because it's like, it's suspicious as fuck. I sprint like I almost fucking knock an old lady over. Like I am fucking booking it. And I see a TSA agent walking towards my bag. And I just run up, grab it, don't look him in the eye, just run away. Suspicious as fuck, but I gotta go. So I'm just fucking going. And I'm like I had to run so fucking hard that it's hard to breathe. It's just so fucking cold ass, dank air in the fucking LaGuardia airport. And I'm just like, fuck, okay, so the fucking thing. And so now we've told you how us three got fucked, right?
Okay,
yes.
so then
So I get up to where Philip is, right? And Philip's like, oh yeah, Cameron's in line grabbing stuff, just go let him know what you want. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab you a sandwich. So I grab a water. I'm like, thanks, man. And I come back and I'm talking with Philip, and I'm like, damn, man, all three of us got fucked. At least Cameron didn't get fucked.
Dude, so he wasn't here yet, and I was like he's hungry and I'm hungry. So I went to go get like 2 sandwiches, and then he came and was like, oh, I want a water. So we both got waters. And we were in kind of a rush, and I went and I paid for it, and the lady gave me my receipt. And as I was walking back, I looked at it. 2 basic sandwich, the sandwich we make here.
Bread and meat.
It was deadass just bread and turkey, and then 2 water bottles, normal water bottles. $44.80. And I looked at it genuinely baffled.
And while this is happening, Dylan is in the bathroom from before on Quickly Time, before Keegan even showed up and started this interaction. He went to the bathroom before I even showed up at the gate because I went to the bathroom prior. Yeah. Just pee, get there. He leaves and doesn't show up till we have to board or we're probably gonna miss the fucking flight.
Swear to God, I was shitting for 7 minutes.
No, I checked the time.
We had
it was
not true.
It was
not
literally
true.
over 15 minutes, 100%. Because I checked the time. I was like,
I
no
trust
way.
you more than I trust my own memory of time flow, but I was watching the time. We were fine.
Imagine you are already rushing and you have no idea where the fuck one of your friends is, and you're like, I'm gonna take a 15-minute shit. Yeah. There's a plane with a bathroom, and we're waiting on him.
No, we knew where Keegan was because he said that his bag got resent through the shit.
Yeah, but we didn't know how far he was gonna be or how long.
We don't know if he's
we
running
don't really know
or
what
if
was
he's
going
walking.
on.
Yeah.
I assumed since that I look at my phone, it says, "Oh, my shit got sent through the thing again on my way now," and it says now. So I'm like, okay, it took me 8 minutes to get here. I can go poopy real quick.
And you took over 15 minutes.
You took me walking the entire perimeter, standing there for the whole cameraman interaction with the sandwich. Then you showed up. So yeah. So
did we make the flight?
I don't know. Did you guys?
$237 made the flight. Made the $237 flight. And we got on. We all sat down. I graciously traded with this man because he had a middle seat between random fucking people. Yeah.
I owe Keegan my life.
Yeah.
Every single flight, he let me have a window seat.
You don't sound like a man who owes, your life to someone.
Yeah. You sound like a man who describes me as coming on you and
Not you, Philip.
You did both of us.
All right.
So then I sat down. I wrote out everything that happened over the weekend, and I watched The Social Network.
So what is the social network?
So it's Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook?
Yeah.
It's the story of how he started that and how he screwed over his partner Eduardo while also being involved with Sean Parker, who started Napster. It's very fascinating.
That part where screws over his partner? That's just like the movie I watched Minions: The Rise of Gru, and the Vicious Six, they screw over Wild Knuckle. They steal the Zodiac charm or stone from him.
I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that's his favorite movie, and I fell asleep at minute 10. And then I woke up, watched half, plane was going down. I was
plane crashed?
Oh, did we not mention that?
Yeah, that fucking lady with the surgeries was the pilot.
Well, This podcast has gone on for a while.
Very long.
Lovely stories, though. I loved it.
Good luck fucking
Amazing.
editing it.
I know,
Yeah.
but amazing. I'm glad you guys had an amazing time, a memorable time.
I'm not.
Yeah, Jason's a little jealous.
Well, look, the trajectory's only been upwards. So next time we go, and this guy has a place we can stay, and we just go up there and just do the most, like, we just do basement times like 10, and we go find the fucking crazy shit.
Also, we've been referring to these trips, because I've been on 2 now, as like WoW expansions.
Okay.
So like the first one was vanilla because we were tourists. The second one, the Burning Crusade. But when we come back for winter, the Wrath of the Lich King.
Well, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, amazing trip, amazing stories, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks for tuning in.
bye.